Hello. Hello, minions. Including you, Baka Tyler, who has just rated me for 3 viewers. Welcome. At the very start of the stream you rated me. I appreciate it. You are most welcome. Especially if you pledge your undying loyalty to me, new viewers. Goo Visuals asks, Hisui, what's the Wi-Fi password? Hisui does not, there is no Wi-Fi password. We've established that the Tono estate has one television and that's it. Because I don't know. Because the Tonos are insane people. Tonight, we're starting Hisui's route. We're finally free from Akia, the worst character possibly in fiction. No, that's an exaggeration, but she's really bad. And I don't like her. And I don't like her route. But today we get to experience the maids, which I'm quite excited for. A lot of people swear by Hisui and Kohaku routes. So that'll be fun. I'm excited. A lot of people I know who are tight moon heads love the maid routes. So that'll be fun. I'm excited. Also, just from like what I'm reading here on my route guide, it seems like the maid's routes are a little bit shorter, or at least have less choices in them than previous ones. So we'll see. Yeah, no, I'm real excited to dig into it and see what Hisui and Kohaku have to offer us. They're so quirky. We all know them from Melty, where they're very funny and throw tables at you and little vials of explosives. So I'm excited to see how much of where Melty gets this inspiration from, because these two have remained very mysterious for the course of this visual novel. We don't get much insight to them at all up to this point, except for a few flashback sequences which were very mysterious and confusing. So we'll see. Let's just dig into it. Let's go. Right. Yeah, start from the beginning. So I'm gonna, like before we skip all the scenes we've already seen, gonna jump right to homeroom. We're not gonna see CL. Gonna eat lunch in class. We're gonna get a hold of ourselves and head back to the mansion. About the cheerful girl. We already saw that one. Gonna get into new content soon. Let's see. Stay in my own room. Ah, a new scene. Here we go. We stayed in our own room instead of visiting Akia or Kohaku. I believe I've already seen that visiting Kohaku scene when I played this originally. Stressed from dinner, I loosen my shoulders. I stretch out as far as I can and then collapse onto the bed. Man, even dinner is hard work. Well, it's not like the knife and fork are really heavy. It's just that Akia's gaze is really severe. Don't bring her up. We're free of her. Are you there, Shiki-sama? I can hear Hisui's voice along with a knock at the door. Yeah, I'm here. Come in. Excuse me. Hisui enters with a bow. I have come to make the bed. You may not enjoy watching it, so would you mind relaxing in the sitting room for a while? What? That's a really... Okay, I guess watching a bed isn't exciting, but it's weird to phrase it that way. No, I don't mind watching. Shiki likes to watch. I'll just behave myself in the corner, so just go ahead and do your job without minding me. Bouncing up from the bed, I move into a corner. Hisui looks like she wants to say something, but thinks better of it and silently begins to make the bed. Hisui? Yes? What is it, Shiki-sama? Oh, you can keep making the bed. There's no need for you to stand up so straight. Hisui doesn't answer. Seems like she's had a servant's education drummed into her. Please, just talk to me while you work. I'm beginning to feel bad because it seems like I'm interfering with your work. If you say so, Shiki-sama, then I will comply. Yes, yes, take us away from Akiya. Take us away, you funny maids, from that terrible place. Hisui silently returns to making the bed. Is it true that the curfew here is 7? Oh, yes. Oh, we get a CG for her. She looks cute here. The main gate is locked at 7, and all the entrances to the mansion are to be locked at 8. Hisui Root is the OG saber face? She doesn't look that sabery. She has pretty different hair. And, like, kind of different eye shape. I don't know if I would call her a saber face. It is also a rule that one must try not to go walking around in the mansion after 10. Not even walking around in the mansion? Older Art of Saber looks a lot like Hisui? Well, maybe I'll find out another time. Not even walking around in the mansion? Well, I've got no complaint with that, but isn't that kind of harsh? Akiya and I aren't children, so I don't think you have to go that far. Indeed. It is a rule, however, so please abide by it. You are aware of the recent disturbances at night, are you not, Shiki-sama? Yeah, that vampire thing Arihiko was talking about. Well, as long as something like that is happening, I guess it's better to be safe than sorry. Do you have any other questions? Hisui finishes spreading the sheets and turns around to face me. Let's see. I have all sorts of questions, but I know nothing about Hisui and Kohaku-san. Do you mind if I ask an off-topic question? Yes, what is it? I'd like to know what kind of work you and Kohaku-san do around here. I am here to serve your needs, and my sister Kohaku is to serve the Lady Akiya-sama. In our spare time, we do the maintenance chores around the mansion. Is there anything more you would like to know? To serve. So that's what it is after all. My shoulders suddenly feel heavier. It seemed completely natural to Akiya when she did it, but I'm nothing more than a normal high school student. I have no interest in having a girl close to my age serving me, at least for now. What do you mean, at least for now? By serving me, you mean you're a personal servant? Yes. Please do not hesitate to ask anything of me. Well, I get it. Going by how Akiya was talking about you, it doesn't seem like I can dismiss you, so I'll just obediently let you serve me. Is there anything in particular you would like? Hisui, make me a sandwich. No! Nothing in particular, but could you stop calling me Shiki-sama? To be honest, I get chills down my back when I hear it. But Shiki-sama, you are my master. That's what I'm saying I hate. I've been living a normal life up until yesterday. I have no desire to start living a life where a girl my age addresses me with Sama. How weak. I much prefer it when people address me with that. I see. Hisui's response was less than enthusiastic. Just call me Shiki, and in exchange, I'll call you Hisui. Let's do away with the formalities and be more casual with each other. Still expressionless, Hisui lowers her eyebrows as if she's being troubled. But you are my employer. It's not like I'm hiring you. You're the one doing the things I can't, so you're the great one. Yeah, I don't think Shiki is writing her checks. I see. Hisui gives another unenthusiastic reply. It looks like I won't be able to talk her into it in just one day. Anyhow, that's how it is. Don't be so formal towards me. I'll be grateful if you'd tell that to your sister Kohaku-san too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Akiya would be considered her employer. I mean, I guess Shiki is on a technical level, but like, he's not, you know, like I said, he's not writing the paycheck. I'm pretty sure that's Akiya. Very well, as you say, Shiki-sama. Expressionless, Hisui bows her head. Oh, we've acquired Megane mode. Hang on. There we go. My reading glasses. Need those. Where was I? Expressionless, Hisui bows her head. She completely failed to understand. I will be leaving now. Please rest now for tonight. Bowing, Hisui puts her hand on the doorknob. Oh, I forgot to ask something. Hold on for a second. Running towards the door, I put my hand on Hisui's shoulder before she leaves. In an instant, Hisui's arm pushes away my arm with incredible momentum. With a whack, she slaps my hand away and leaps back. Oh. Does not like being touched, okay. Huh? It's so sudden, that's the only thing I can say. Hisui is expressionless, but she glares at me fiercely. Did I just do something wrong? Ah, I am very sorry. Hisui's voice sounds very nervous. I am not used to being touched. Please forgive me. Hisui's shoulders are faintly trembling. I feel like I just did something really terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize without thinking. I don't understand why myself. I just feel sorry for Hisui and I lower my head. Hisui says nothing. I get the feeling her stare is calm again. You have nothing to apologize for, Shiki-sama. I am the one to blame. No, well, maybe, but I scratch my head. Hisui stares at me, pausing only to blink for a second. What was it that you wanted to ask? Oh, sorry, that's her. What was it you wanted to ask me, Shiki-sama? I'm not used to her umming and ahhing. She's usually very direct. That's right. I stopped Hisui because I wanted to ask her something. Oh, I wanted to ask about Akiha. Doesn't she go to a boarding school? That was only during middle school, Shiki-sama. From this year onwards, Akiha-sama has special permission to attend school from home. You mean she goes to school from here? Yes, but it is uncommon for her to come home before dusk like today. Akiha-sama has practice up until dinner, so she is always home before 7. Practice? Practice what? Today is Thursday, so she would have had violin practice. Huh? Usually she is able to return before dinner on weekdays, so if you have anything to say to Akiha-sama, please let Ne-san know after dinner. Hisui bows to say goodbye and leaves the room. Aki is very multi-talented. Good evening, Christian Panics. Welcome. Violin practice? What on earth is that? Well, Shiki, you know what a violin is. She's not some upper-class lady or anything, so why would she have to do something as bothersome? Oh, wait. She is an upper-class lady. Yes. Come to think of it, my sister, Tono Akiya, is a natural-born upper-class lady. In my memory, she was always the obedient, ever-uneasy sister, constantly following me around. As a child, she was always quiet, never having even the courage to express her own desires. She was a frail girl who would always live in fear of scolding from our father. Yeah, people really do change after 8 years. After 8 years, I've become the me that I am now. Akiya has become the person she is right now, too. Akiya is secretly Kamen Rider Kiva? No, you can't make Akiya cool, I'm sorry. 8 years is a long time. It's half of our lives up until now. I was absent from this mansion during the vital period where a child becomes an adult. I'm sorry, Akiya. Don't apologize to her, she's weird. I think things would have been better if I had been with her during those 8 years. I unknowingly mumble an apology. Okay, more scenes we have seen. Go to sleep. Not checking that shit out. The howling continues. There's no way I can sleep like this. I can't sleep, but that's just normal. I'm sleepy, so I'll pass. Nasu really likes repeating words, like the same word over and over. Pulling the sheets over me, I stretch out on the bed. I can just think of the howling as the sound of something mundane, like cars driving by on the street. Aki is fine in Melty Blood, because she's fun to play. Everything else, everything about her context is terrible. Today's been a very long day. I'm mentally tired from eating dinner in this unfamiliar mansion and my conversations with Akiya and everyone else. After all that, the howling is just background noise. I close my eyes and gently fall asleep. Not gonna go check out those dogs. We're not gonna run into Nero. He's not real. He is not real in the Far Side Roots. Nero isn't real if you don't look at him. I have a nostalgic dream. The end of summer 8 years ago. After I was injured, I was taken to that hospital where no one ever visited and met Sensei. Upon returning to the mansion, I heard from my old man that I would be taken in by a family I had never heard of. Everything happened so fast. Right after the day I left the hospital, I ended up going to the Arima household. There was not a single cloud in the blue sky that day. The start of autumn. I was led away from the Tono mansion. But a little before that girl had come to see me, sneaking past the eyes of the adults. When you are about to leave, please come to the tree in the rear courtyard. After being told that, I snuck out from under my old man's eye and out to the rear courtyard. The sky was blue. Below that deep blue sky that seemed to extend forever, she waited for me. As far as I knew, this was the first time she had left the mansion to come outside. Take this. Saying that, she undid the ribbon that bound her hair and handed it to me. I guess it was her farewell gift to me, but as a child, I didn't even feel happy about it. After all, what kind of 9-year-old boy would feel happy about receiving a ribbon? That's rude. Ribbons are fine. That ribbon is my favorite, so give it back to me later, okay? But those were the words that saved me. Give it back, she said. Come back is what I heard from those words. Just that was good enough for me. That last day, with no one to see me off, for her, who I had never even spoken to say that to me, it made me happy. But I could not say, I'll definitely return it. As clever as I was at the time, I realized I would never be able to return to this mansion ever again. Those were the only words we exchanged. Something about her icy eyes was very sorrowful. It was time, so I began walking towards the doorway. The girl just stood there like a doll, watching me leave. A distant dream of what happened on one fine day, under the cloudless blue sky. I wonder, and that girl was Albert Einstein, and then everybody stood up and clapped. Good morning. I hear an unfamiliar voice. The dream quickly fades away as a voice calls me back to reality. It is morning. Time to wake up, Shiki-sama. An unfamiliar voice greets me. Stop calling me Shiki-sama already. I told you yesterday it sends chills down my back. I wake up. Hisui stands far from the bed like a statue. I sleepily look around. Good morning, Shiki-sama. A girl in a maid uniform bows. For a moment, I doubt my eyes. Finally, I recall my current condition. Yeah, I came home, right. Push myself up and look around the room. Outside the window, the weather is great. A blue sky like the one I saw in my dream. Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for coming to wake me. Excuse me. There is no need to thank me. It is my duty to come and wake you, Shiki-sama. Hisui answers indifferently, completely expressionless. Why do you have to be so formal, Hisui? It's really a shame. If Hisui only had half of Kohaku's brightness, she would be really cute. Do you need something? Realizing I am looking at her, Hisui stares straight back at me. No, nothing at all. Waking up and seeing your face, I just felt like I'm really at the Tono Mansion. Hisui's eyes are like cold ice. Seeing that all of a sudden, something reminiscent of a dream flashes through my mind. I see. I remember it completely. That day, that girl who gave me the ribbon right before I left was the one who always watched us from that window. That is, in other words, it was Hisui. Yes? Did you say something, Shiki-sama? Hisui, do you remember? About when I left here 8 years ago? Yes, I remember it. But was there anything special that happened? Anything special? Hisui? Please forgive me. 8 years has passed since you departed this mansion, so even if you speak of those times, I cannot answer with any specific details. What? Does she not remember the promise we made back then? Oh. This is so sad. I feel so bad for Shiki. You got made the childhood, marriage proposal promise, and then she forgot. Hisui, you don't remember about the ribbon? Ribbon? She looks downcast as she admits with difficulty that she does not remember. I see. That's right, it was 8 years ago. Sorry, it's nothing. Just forget about what I said. She doesn't remember the promise, but it isn't anything I can hold against her. That's true, he did forget it until about 5 minutes ago, so... Even though it was maybe just a childish promise, it really did help me to face forward into the future back then. Well, time to get up. Hisui, do you know what time it is? I get up. Yes, it is now past 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, that leaves me just a little time then. Stretching my back, I get up out of bed. You say that, but you do not have much time. It takes about 30 minutes to go from the mansion to your school. You only have 20 minutes to eat breakfast and get ready. That's right. This isn't Arima's house. I'm filled with horror. I was so used to the Arima house being only 20 minutes away from school, but from here, I don't even know a shortcut. Your uniform is folded and awaits you over there. Please come to the sitting room after you have changed. Damn it, if you're going to wake me up earlier. Muttering selfishly to myself, I reach for the uniform. It's folded neatly and the shirt has been ironed. Just get an alarm clock, dude, come on. Passing my wrist to the sleeves feels good. It's that fresh, brand new feeling. Ah yes, like you put on fresh underwear after New Year's Day. Nasu probably like love, Hina. I can see it. Aki and Kohaku-san are relaxing in the sitting room. I heard tell it was actually Takeuchi who was like obsessed with maids at the time and insisted there be maids in the story. That's the rumor I heard. I don't know how true it is. Aki is wearing the uniform of the Asagami Ladies Academy, a famous school for young girls. They are drinking tea together gracefully as if breakfast ended a long time ago. It's true? Okay. Greet both of them. Good morning, you two. Good morning, Shiki-san. Wearing a white apron that suits her, Kohaku-san replies with a smile that could not possibly be any larger. On the other hand, Akiya just cast a glance at me. Good morning. You certainly took your time this morning, Nii-san. She certainly knows how to put a damper on things. Took my time? It's barely past 7. It only takes 30 minutes to get to school from here, so I'm actually up early. So you're saying you're going to finish breakfast in just 10 minutes? You're not some starving dog, so if you're going to eat breakfast, I'd like you to take your time. Aki's words really do have thorns. You have... oh, sorry, I've already viewed this scene. That's not Shiki narrating. Ask about Yumizuka Satsuki. Even after second period, Yumizuka still didn't show up. With no way to find out, my bad feeling grows. Oh no, that's right, she's a vampire now. It's lunchtime. In spite of the morning's excitement, the classroom has returned to its everyday cheerfulness. It seems that no one in class is really taking Yumizuka Satsuki's running away from home seriously. Yumizuka is so weird in this game, because she has like, the only connection is that all caps Shiki turned her into a vampire. So it's kind of like a hint of things to come. You're like, oh, who turned her into a vampire? But other than that, she has like nothing to do with anything. It's weird. Like, it's like she's kind of like the mid-boss like Nero is, but Nero had like an actual connection to Roa because he's also a dead apostle and they like knew each other. But like Yumizuka just has nothing to do with anything. She just shows up. It seems that no one in class is really taking Yumizuka Satsuki's running away from home seriously. Tono, let's get lunch. That's okay. I don't really feel like it. I guess it can't be helped. Don't be troubled with other people's problems too much. Other people's problems, huh? Arihiko's words are too close to the truth. Huh? You're not with Inui-kun today? Senpai? What are you doing in our classroom? Well, I thought I'd have lunch with you guys. Tono-kun, aren't you going to eat something? Senpai sits down on the desk, looking at me anxiously. Nah, I just don't seem to have any appetite today. Are you not feeling well? Something like that. I guess she does stalk Shiki. That's true. I mean, I don't know. I understand that Yumizuka was supposed to have... What I've been told is that she was supposed to have her own route that got cut, so she's just kind of this dangling thread on the story. I hope the remake does her justice. Something like that. Don't worry about me. You go on to the dining hall. Arihiko's probably already there. Oh, you're not energetic at all. I don't know what happened, but if you don't eat lunch, you'll just feel even worse. That's true, but since I'm not hungry, there's not a lot I can do. No, I really don't feel well. Sorry, I really don't feel too good right now. I'm going to the clinic, so please just have lunch with Arihiko. Senpai sighs. I don't know what is going on, but please do not push yourself, Tono-kun. I'm going to the clinic, so I won't push myself. Forcing a smile, I leave the classroom. Yeah, it does make me curious what would have happened in Yumizuka's route because, like, her story in the Far Side stuff just feels like a speed run of a route almost, where she has like this tragic ending. But because you barely know her, it doesn't really feel impactful the same way the tragic ending with Arquid does. Like, I really liked Arquid's ending and how it had this, even the true ending had like a tragic element to it. Um, but Yumizuka kind of like just feels like that again, but you don't know her at all. So when I get back, homeroom has ended. I'm the only one left in the classroom as everyone else has rushed off to club activities or to their houses. Well, there's really no need for me to stay here. Putting my things in my bag, I leave the classroom. It's past 4 o'clock. I told Hisui that I'd return around 4, so I don't have time to wander around. I suddenly stop as I walk up the hill. Yesterday, at the same time, I remember how natural the parting was between Yumizuka and I. To be honest, I'm concerned about Yumizuka. But no matter how much I worry, there's nothing I can do. I told her I would help her as much as I could whenever she was in a pinch, but now I don't even know how I can help. I reach the top of the hill, walk along the wall, and reach the front gate of the mansion. This western mansion does seem out of place. In the middle of a residential area and at the top of a hill, this imposing mansion really does give the impression that it is from a country other than Japan. Open up the country. Stop having it be closed. Besides, to top it all off, welcome back, Shiki-sama. And standing there in front of the gate to welcome me is a maid. Hisui stands like a statue in front of the gate. Thanks, Hisui. Forgive me for asking, but have you been waiting for me here the whole time? No, not the whole time. I have only waited for half an hour. Is there something wrong? She speaks extremely matter-of-factly. Wait a minute. Waiting for me like that is going overboard. I'm really happy that you waited to greet me, but you don't have to go that far. Wearing that and standing so conspicuously, I feel a little embarrassed. Plus, it is autumn. It'll get pretty cold out soon. Hisui is silent. She might be part foreigner, as her blue eyes are like finely crafted glass, staring at me lifelessly without much emotion. A brief silence ensues. I understand. Then, starting tomorrow, I will wait in the lobby. Hisui gives a brief bow and opens the gate. After that, she resumes her immobile depiction of a statue. After I walk through the gate and enter the garden, she quietly follows behind me. When we reach the entrance, Hisui whooshes past me. Wah! I instinctively jump back. She's got that fast dash, it's true. She's gonna hit you with the overheads. What is it, Shiki-sama? No, nothing. It's nothing. She silently opens the front door. She must have moved ahead of me to do so. Waiting behind her master until her turn arises and quietly fulfilling her duty. Perhaps that is the duty of a maid, but it makes a normal person like me a little nervous to have her attending me every move. Shiki, you're not a normal person. I hate to tell you this, but you are not normal. This isn't good at all. This just makes me feel like a perpetual guest in my own home. Don't walk in the door, she's got the bento set down. Oh no, the oki. Look out, Shiki. Hisui. Yes, what is it, Shiki-sama? I said this yesterday already, but I'd like to do things that I can do by myself. No, please let me. This is sort of a secret, I suppose, but the truth is, I really am pretty lazy deep inside, so I tend to let things go. Yeah, I really want that to be a secret from Akia. I do not understand. Are you telling me to be more strict? No, that's definitely not it. I just want to live as relaxed as possible. I am deeply sorry. I do not appear to understand what you are saying, Shiki-sama. That's what I am saying. You don't have to look so serious. This is troubling. Wait till I get on Mecha Hisui's route? I've been waiting for that one. I want the Mecha Hisui lore. That's the most important character in the Tsukihime series, in my opinion. What is Mecha Hisui's origin? Why does she team up with Neko Arc? It's a mystery. Last night when I talked to her a little about this, I had a premonition, but I didn't know she took things this seriously. Sheesh, what I'm saying is that you don't have to worry about me. I don't mind being helped with things like laundry and cooking, but other than that, I can take care of myself. Isn't it just you and Kohaku-san taking care of this enormous mansion? So I don't want to add to your duties, just relax. Her expression doesn't change. She doesn't answer or even give a nod. Just a quick closing of the eyes, I think. I understand. But you do not have to worry about me, Shiki-sama. She doesn't understand at all. Hisui swiftly swishes to the side to make way for me. I sigh. I really am taken aback. All this devotion really does make me happy, but I think it'll be good if she was just half as cheerful as Kohaku-san. She has such a beautiful atmosphere around her. Maybe if I just relax a little bit, that would be. Shiki-sama, are you not going to return to your room? No, I was just thinking about something. I turn to the side and face the stairs. Hisui looks rather longingly at the bag in my hand. I think she wants me to let her carry it. I don't know. I would say Hisui is quirky. Like, in my mind, quirky, like Kohaku is definitely quirky. But Hisui is quirky in a different way, right? There's different flavors of quirkiness. And I feel like Hisui being the silent one is a form of its own quirkiness. Together they are an extremely quirky unit. She already went through all this trouble just to greet me, and now she wants to carry my bag? I ignore her long-time attitude as I quickly walk towards my room. Please take off your school clothes and place them here. I have to clean the mansion, so if you need anything, please call for me. Hisui, you clean the mansion? I wonder what Aki and Kohaku-san are doing. Akiya-sama is in the salon taking care of Makihisa-sama's business and inheritance matters. Nei-san would most likely be sweeping in the courtyard. I was a little confused for a second because she said salon, but I realized it's not the petty manny type of salon. It's the type of room that exists in a house. It's a very old school type of room. Huh? My old man's business inheritance? Is she talking with a lawyer or something? Yes. Seems that she is being informed about all of the administration policies, so she will be extremely busy until dinner time. Well, the old man did suddenly pass away, so he probably didn't tell her anything about his company. Sorry for taking your time. I'll call you if anything happens, so you can return to what you were doing. I understand. Well then, please excuse me. I change out of my uniform and into some normal clothes. The clock says it's just past 5 o'clock. It'd be a waste if I just spaced out in my room, so now I should go see Hisui. Obviously, we're on her route. That's right. She's been taking care of me since yesterday, so if I have time to fool around, I ought to go help Hisui. Well then, Hisui said she'd be cleaning the mansion, but where could she be? I go down to the lobby. She wasn't in the hallway on the second floor, so maybe she's in the sitting room? Not here. Not here. Not here. Not here. She's not anywhere on the first floor. The only place I haven't been are the locked recreation rooms, the guest rooms, and the salon where Akiya is right now. I guess she's on the second floor then. It is a big mansion, so there's probably a bunch of places I haven't looked. Psyching myself up, I start up the stairs. You know, this is interesting because, like, we never actually explore the mansion in the other routes. Like, you never see more than a few rooms of the mansion. I go up the stairs and glance down the hallway. And then I see Hisui's silhouette standing by the window in the east hall of the mansion. Oh. She looks upset. Hisu. My voice dies in my throat. In the middle of the hallway, in the twilight between light and shadow, Hisui stands motionless. I can't speak. Something about her seems dangerous. Hisui lingering in the gloom of this Western-style mansion. She seems so incredibly beautiful, but at the same time, a chill runs through me as if I were looking at a ghost. She doesn't even move a finger. She simply stares out the window. That window. Is that the same one she watched us from back then? Hisui. I can't do anything but stare in fascination. I'm so dumbstruck I can't speak or even blink. I can only watch her. And then, her eyes, still like that of a doll's, suddenly turn towards me. Shiki-sama, is something wrong? No, nothing. I just, Question mark? Hisui tilts her head in curiosity. That seems to break the mysterious spell I was under. I was looking for you because I had some free time and thought I'd give you a hand. For some reason I couldn't find you, but I made it. I see. But Shiki-sama, there is no need for you to do that. Please, return to your room. I thought it would turn out like this. Hisui doesn't want me to do any work. But Hisui, I don't have anything else to do. I don't like just doing nothing, so I thought I ought to pitch in. Shiki-sama, you may say that, but there is no longer any work that you might assist me with. The only thing that remains is to arrange Akia's bedroom. No males are allowed to enter Akia's bedroom. Not even you, Shiki-sama. Well, that's definitely true. But it is a little cruel. She didn't have to emphasize that last part. Please excuse me, I have to finish my duties. You know what? I would never want to go into Akia's bedroom anyways. That place has terrible implications. Her footsteps echo in the air and she goes into Akia's bedroom. Sheesh. I can't just go into a girl's bedroom because I have free time. Oh well, I guess I'll go back to my room. I turn on my heels. Before doing so, I get curious about the window Hisui was staring out of. Huh, isn't that Kohaku-san in the courtyard? You can see the whole courtyard from this window. Was Hisui looking out into the courtyard from this window just as she did when she was a child? My running theory about the maids right now is that some traumatic event in their childhoods made them like switch personalities, like outward personalities. Like I think in my thoughts, this is my theory right now. Hisui used to be like the bright and sunny and quirky one, and Kohaku used to be the quiet one. So the reason Hisui doesn't remember giving the ribbon to Shiki was because it was Kohaku. Because all those flashbacks with them when we started the CL route, because you know that was telling us we had access to far side routes, were like in sepia or black and white. And like I'm like, oh, that means you can't see the color of their eyes, and that's like one of the only thing that sets them apart. So that was the first hint. A Nasu character that's secretly traumatized? Say it ain't so. I know. I've also seen that meme image of like the protagonist from Fate's Stay Night googling, is forgetting your childhood a sign of trauma? It's after dinner and we drink tea in the sitting room. Akiya sits across from me and Hisui stands by the wall. There's no such thing as a TV in the room and Akiya doesn't say much. Everything seems so high class. Shiki-san, can you come here for a moment? Kohaku-san's cheerful voice calls from the lobby. Nii-san, Kohaku is calling you. Did you do anything to make her call you? No, I don't remember anything. I'll be right back. That's really how people used to live. They just sat in silence, drinking tea. How boring. I leave Akiya and Hisui behind and go to the lobby. Kohaku-san is pacing back and forth by the entrance. Nero gave him the ribbon? Oh, that makes sense. Nero's the secret childhood betrothed girlfriend. No, I'm not talking about the year they're actually living in. I'm talking about how, like, this mansion is old school and they live very old school lives even for the year 2000. And also the year 2000 was 22 years ago, so that is pretty much the far past by now. Sorry. Kohaku-san, what are you doing? Ah, Shiki-san. Well, it's a little bit complicated. Can you please step outside with me? Here is not a good place. Question mark? I don't understand what's going on, but I follow her anyway. You have something to tell me? Is it a secret or something? Yeah. If Akiya-san were to hear it, she would get mad at you, Shiki-san. Something Akiya would get mad over? What do you mean? I haven't done anything to make her mad. Oh, it isn't anything you did. But you know, while you were eating with Akiya-sama, a guest came to see you. Huh? A guest? For me? Yes. She was walking around the front gate, so I called out to her. She was wearing the school uniform of your high school. Oh, it must have been Yumizuka. And then Kohaku-san began to describe the guest's appearance. About my age, with a slightly childish face. A cute girl, her long hair tied in pigtails? Thump. I feel as if my world is enveloped in darkness. That description. Isn't it Yumizuka Satsuki who ran away from home? She asked, "Is this Tono-san's mansion?" And I answered, "Yes, it is." Then she asked, "Is Tono-kun here now?" And then what, Kohaku-san? Yes, well, she seemed to want to talk to you, but she refused when I asked if she wanted to come in. She seemed okay that she would not get to meet you right now. Kohaku-san wonders aloud what it was all about, and she tilts her head. But I'm the one who wants to know. Why did Yumizuka come to my place? I don't know. I don't know, but I have a bad feeling about this. Kohaku-san, how long ago was this? It was before the end of dinner, so about 10 minutes ago. Huh. And which direction did she go? She went down the hill, towards the station, I think. Could I make it? If I run, if I get lucky, I might make it. Got it. I'll be gone for a little bit, so please keep this a secret from Akiya. I understand. If Akiya-sama found out, she would not leave you alone, Chiki-sama. Giving a quick bow to the smiling and cheerful Kohaku-san, I run down the road and into the night. Dashing with all my strength, I run toward the station. When will Mecha Hisui show up? That's what I want to know. I look for someone like Yumizuka in the crowd in front of the station. I'm out of breath. My legs are painfully aware of how fast I was running, and they stop. I knew it wouldn't be this easy to find her. Trying to control my breathing, I start to run again. I don't see Yumizuka Satsuki anywhere. It's only natural, but I can't seem to give up that easily. I don't think it's because I'm worried about her. It's just that I have this terrible premonition. That's why I'm running like this. I'll be going. Bye-bye, Tono-kun. That was a goodbye just like any other. A truly happy, gentle smile. That was not the face of someone who'd run away from home. Tono-kun, help me when I'm in a pinch, okay? Yes, it really is that simple. I just don't want to betray that smile. I pant with exertion. I don't see her in the park, either. There wasn't a way to find her from the beginning. I should just give up and go back to the mansion. Damn it. I try to look for her as I turn to go back through town. I come to the front of the station once more. It's already past 9 o'clock. It's probably because of all the recent serial killings that the area around the station is quite empty already. At that moment, Yumizuka? For an instant, I doubt my eyes. But the back of the figure in front of me, it resembles Yumizuka Satsuki too much. Yumizuka walks quickly into the midst of the crowd. Yes, this is a different scene from Aki's route, so I guess Yumizuka's still important, kind of? Or she's at least part of the story, I don't know. The scenes are different, which means I can't skip them. I can't tell for sure. I may have been wrong, but I decided I should catch up to her and call out to her. Wait, Yumizuka-san! I shout while running. Did she hear me? Yumizuka quickly turns around to face my direction. That face, there's no confusing it. The girl walking ahead of me is unmistakably Yumizuka Satsuki, and the expression on her face wasn't frightening. But I feel a chill run through my spine. My heart starts to pound quickly. The back of my head throbs heavily, and my throat is burning. What is this? It's weird. The inside of my body is burning. I feel dizzy as if I'm in the grip of a terrible fever. In that moment, Yumizuka begins to walk again. Wait, Yumizuka-san! I call out, running. Yumizuka walks on unsteadily, not turning. Can't you hear me, Yumizuka? I urge my hot body onwards, but no matter how much I try, I cannot catch Yumizuka. No matter how fast I run, I cannot catch up to her even as she walks. Something is strange. I know that, but I couldn't tell what it is. Right now, all I can do is follow Yumizuka Satsuki. And then, I lose sight of her. Yumizuka Satsuki, whom I had been chasing without success, is nowhere to be seen. Shit, what the hell is going on? I stop, catching my breath. My chest heaves deeply. Though I hadn't realized until now, I must have been running for a long time. What time is it? Resting my hands on my knees, I glance up at a nearby store window. It is already midnight. Can't be. I couldn't have been running for that long. It's hard to believe, but the clock is correct. Looking around, most of all the lights in the shopping district are off. I should go back. Even though I'm worried about Yumizuka, I feel like I won't be able to find her anymore. I chased after her for almost 3 hours, calling her name all this time, but she did not even respond. What was she thinking? With a big sigh, I decided to head back to the mansion. Another scene I've already seen. Go and look. Let's go and look. I can't ignore my feelings. With a killer skulking around at night looking for victims, I shouldn't be investigating suspicious sounds in alleyways. But I still remember Yumizuka's smiling face from yesterday. There's no reason for Yumizuka to be there, but if she is, she might need my help. I'll never forgive myself if I just ignore this. Alright. Taking a deep breath, I steel my spirit. Besides, if it comes to it, I have my eyes, too. Sensei said not to use them recklessly, but you'll find it acceptable if I use it against the killer. Yeah, Aoko would probably be fine with that. The sound, it came from here. Preparing myself, I step into the alley. My heart pounds. The back alley is quiet. A lot of stuff happens in this specific alley. You know, I guess that's why it's a stage in Type Lumina. The noise came from the opening area at the far end. The back of my head hurts. As if convulsing under the utmost strain, my racked spine hurts as if it's about to rip itself out of my body. Why is it? I can't think, yet my instincts shout at me. Don't go. Don't go any further. If you do, you won't be able to come back. But it's already too late. I step out of the back alley and into the open space. Huh? That weak voice is all that I can get out. The back alley is a single sheet of crimson. In it, limbs are strewn amongst the garbage and rubble. Not the limbs of dogs or cats or the like. They are human limbs, blood dripping from fresh meat and bone. I have seen the OG Melty stage, you're right. I just remember that. It has, like, blood everywhere. I've played a fair bit of OG Melty. The ground and the walls are painted with red blood. A heavy scent fills my nostrils. Thick, like a red fog permeating my body, the choking smell of blood. A face, a face, a face. A face on a severed head rolling around with an expression of agony. A face shriveled up like a mummy, split in halves. A face with both eyes gouged out, so distorted I can't even tell if it used to be a man or a woman. Unable to make a sound, I merely gaze speechless at the corpses. No, they can't even be called human bodies anymore. Even a badly made sculpture looks better than this. There are 4 bodies. They roll around like scraps of leftover food. I gape in shock at the sea of bodies. The back of my head throbs, my throat is parched, and my breath burns like fire. My fingertips quiver, and my mouth distorts. What is this? What is this world before my eyes? Red. Yes. Before my eyes, everything is that terrible color, but I merely stand. I think I may be going crazy. Thump. Thump. While being faced with a totally bizarre alien landscape like this, my heart screams shrilly in anticipation. A corpse against the wall moves. No, that's wrong. It's not a corpse. It's not like the scrapped hands and feet. It's a living human being with limbs attached. I see something out of place. In this ghoulish spectacle, the response to seeing someone alive is more of astonishment than happiness. But if he's alive, I have to help him. Hello? In my rush of emotion, I step towards the living figure. Gah! Pulling itself up from the sea, it raises its face toward me. A face like a dried-out skull. Ha! I leap back reflexively. The skull moves faster than I do. With a voice like, "Hyah!" He jumps on me. "Hyah! Hyah!" A hideous voice right next to me. Looking down, there is a large hole in the skull's throat, preventing him from speaking right. The dried-up face, the dried-up arm reaching for me. In the throat of this bag of bones, vocal cords vibrate in accord with the ghastly voice. Ugh. Desperately, I try to tear him off of me, but he merely raises that ghastly voice and will not get off. With a creak, the skull's jaw opens. The mouth opens wide enough to rip off my shoulder with a single bite, and he approaches my face as if saying, "I don't want to die. Somebody save me." Stop! I can't even say stop. The guy, made only of skin and bones, tries to bite my head, and suddenly, he collapses. The awesome power vanishes. The bag of bones in a person's form crumples to the ground and disappears. Softly, like a bad dream, it turns to ash and blows away. What the hell is this? A pain runs through my shoulder. Ah! My shoulders begin to turn red and swell where he has grasped me. The pain is real. So this must be real. A terrible nightmare. But it can't be a nightmare because it's not a dream. Tono-kun, it'll be dangerous if you stay here. I turn toward the voice behind me. At the mouth of the alley where I came from, I see Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumizuka-san? Good evening. Fancy meeting you in a place like this, huh? As if we had merely bumped into each other in the mall, Yumizuka greets me lightheartedly. Yumizuka-san, what about you? What are you doing out at a time like this? Oh, just going for a walk. Well, what's Tono-kun doing? Killing so many people like this is bad, right? Yumizuka says with a light smile. Killing so many people, huh? I look around me, and I remember the tragic scene I'm surrounded by. I don't think the game has really any explanation for how Shiki heals fast. I think it's just anime protagonist powers. I mean, there's a couple times where he really gets the shit kicked out of him, and like it acknowledges that he has had the shit kicked out of him and is like barely keeping it together. There's a couple times like that. He is built different, yes. And I remember the tragic scene I'm surrounded by. In a sea of blood, Tonoshiki stands aghast like a murderer. No, this wasn't me. Oh, of course it was. Everyone's dead and Tono-kun's alive, so obviously Tono-kun must have killed them. No way, it just attacked me. I point at the monster that attacked me moments ago, but nothing's there. Even the ashes of the bones have been blown away by the wind. Ah, I swallow my breath. Yumizuka is chuckling. This wasn't me. My head is paralyzed and can only manage broken language. I understand. I can think clearly, but I can't put my thought into words. For example, why is Yumizuka at a place like this? For example, why is Yumizuka laughing in the face of this tragic scene? That is true, yes, there is that one time Arkwood uses some of Nero's goo to heal him, but that's like a one-time thing. Yumizuka-san, Yeah, I know. You just interrupted someone's meal. I'm sorry for sounding mean. I always act against my feelings, so I'm always acting like this to you. Yumizuka is still laughing. It's so inappropriate for this scene, I feel a chill. Yumizuka doesn't move from the entrance of the alley. Her arms are positioned strangely, as if she's hiding something behind her back. And, looking closer, there are spots of something red on her sleeve. Yumizuka, What is it? Your face looks scary, Tono-kun. She laughs again. No, somehow this girl cannot be Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumizuka, why are you hiding your hands like that? Ah, have I been found out? I guess you're too observant to miss that, huh? I've always liked that about you, Shiki-kun. After emphasizing my name, she brings her hands out. Oh no, she spilled all that jelly. Both hands are dyed crimson. Not yet dry, the blood drips off them in red droplets. And, proudly, Yumizuka Satsuki is smiling. Yumizuka, your hands. Yeah, I killed those people. What? Oh, but it's okay. I didn't kill them because I hated them. I just needed their blood to live, so I had to kill them. She says it as if it was normal. Of course I can't understand it. All I do understand is my blood is pulsing wildly throughout my whole body. Thump, thump, thump. Ah, ah, ah. Like I've fallen in love at first sight with that bloody Yumizuka, I am excited. You really killed him, Yumizuka? Oh, the good old Shikitono murder boner. You wouldn't believe me even if I told you it's a lie, right? Or do you think it's impossible for a girl like me to do such a thing? Her voice laughs softly. I don't believe her. I don't believe her, but she is definitely not telling a lie. This tragic scene, it's all Yumizuka's doing. Why such a terrible thing? It's not terrible. Like I said, I didn't kill them because I hated them. There's nothing wrong with killing others in order to live, is there, Shiki-kun? What? That's absurd. killing is wrong. No, it's not. She's like, don't care, it didn't ask, plus ratio. But I did do one bad thing. Since today was my first time drinking blood, I let a little of my blood get back into them. Because of that, you got attacked, Shiki-kun. I'm sorry for getting you involved. But we're lucky. It died without being able to finish changing. What are you talking about, Yumizuka? It's okay if you don't understand right now. I don't really understand myself yet, so I can't explain it very well. But I think after a few days I can become like Shiki-kun. Like Shiki-kun, become a great... As she said so, her face distorts in pain. Rasps of agony echo from her throat. Yumizuka chokes up blood. It hurts. I guess even if I'm hungry, I shouldn't just drink blood at random. If it's not good quality, beautiful blood, it won't agree with me. She breaks out in a fit of coughing. She chokes out blood with every cough. Yumizuka's body convulses. I don't really understand. All I know is Yumizuka's in terrible pain. That's all I can clearly understand. Are you okay, Yumizuka? Without thinking, I run toward her to take her hand. No! Don't come any closer, Shiki-kun. But Yumizuka's voice stops me. You mustn't. I'm not entirely okay, Shiki-kun. Gee, who would have guessed? She speaks painfully, still vomiting red blood. Yumizuka, I don't understand. Why Yumizuka's in pain, or why she's like this. What the hell is going on? You said you killed those people, but that's a lie, right, Yumizuka? If you're in that much pain, shouldn't you be in a hospital? I know. Even though I understand Yumizuka brought out about this tragic scene, I still lie to myself. Hey, Yumizuka, I'm coming over there, okay? I speak gently, but Yumizuka shakes her head in violent refusal. Why? If you're in pain, we have to get you to a hospital right away. Shiki-kun, you're not getting it. You really never understand anything. Idiot. I told you before I don't understand. Yeah, you did, didn't you? But you're still here. Yumizuka begins to pull away. It hurts, Shiki-kun. She breathes raggedly, coughing up red blood. It hurts, it's cold, and I'm scared. I really want your help right now, Shiki-kun. But it's too early. Saying that, Yumizuka straightens up again. Wait for me, okay? I'll go become a great vampire. Then I'll come back to see you again. Wait up, Yumizuka. Yumizuka is gone. Even as I start to run, Yumizuka is long gone. Her speed is not that of a human's, but of a wild beast. Yumizuka, what happened to you, really? Gah! My shoulders throb in pain where he grabbed earlier. When I look back, the open space where all the limbs were scattered only left red blood. The faces, the organs, the hands and feet, they all turned to ash, like the skull did before. Ah, thump. I feel sick, as if I'm going to cough up blood. This can't be. Thump. This excitement is so intense. Gross. This, for a while, the crimson color of blood burns in my eyes. This can't be real. My world swims before me. My eyes see nothing but a distorted world. Shiki, please fix your problem. Before I realize it, I'm back at the mansion. Just like a pet somehow finding its way home, I guess. I'm on the verge of collapsing from dizziness. I didn't think I would make it back this far. Ugh, vomit. I'm going to vomit. My heart is exploding and I can hardly breathe. I have to hurry and rest. Since I've collapsed so many times before from anemia, I know I'm about to faint. If I just rest my body in bed, this nausea, my exploding heart, will all go back to normal. I can forget all about that, as if nothing happened, and wake up to a normal day. Shiki-san, you have returned? Kohaku-san. Kohaku-san emerges from the west hallway. That's right, Kohaku-san's room is in the west hallway on the first floor. Welcome back, Shiki-san. Did you get to meet your friend? Yes, I met her. I remember as soon as I answer. The scattered limbs, face, the blood-stained alley, Yumizuka's laughing face, and her bloody hands. Yeah, he just seems to run away this time, or... I'm trying to remember. when we started the Akio route, did he run away and then meet Yumizuka again another night? Or did he chase her all the way to the park and that's when the showdown happened? I don't recall exactly the sequence of events. Sorry, I'm going back to my room, so please go back as well, Kohaku-san. I don't feel like talking with anyone right now. I leave Kohaku-san behind and go up the stairs. I collapse on my bed. My chest rises and falls as I take deep breaths. My mind feels faint. Dizziness overwhelms me. Even if it means passing out, I just want to go to sleep right now. So why can't I sleep? I'm so dizzy right now, but why don't I pass out like always? If I close my eyes, the vision of that scene in the alley shows up under my eyelids. My heart throbs violently. It isn't terror, rather, it's closer to sexual excitement. Weird. Okay, stop. Why? I don't understand it at all. Is there this thin of a line between terror and lust? Huh? Who can it be at this hour? Shiki-sama, are you awake? That whisper is Hisui. Thump. Just imagining her form, my heart calms down a bit. Yeah, I'm awake. Okay, I'm glad we're calming down. That's good. That's good. I don't want any weird stuff to happen. I'm glad we're not doing any weird stuff at this very moment. It could still happen. It could still happen. I'm a little nervous. Please excuse me. What's this? Hisui enters carrying a tray and something that looks like medicine wrapped in paper. Hisui, what are you doing at this hour? Shiki-sama, you seem to have trouble sleeping, so I brought you some medicine. Huh? That's right. But how did you know, Hisui? I heard it from my sister. She told me that you were very tired, so I should give extra care. I see, it was Kohaku-san. She must have seen how bad my face looked when we met in the lobby. And this medicine is? Shiki is absolutely not normal. Yes. I think a lot of the weird shit is a result of Roa / all caps Shiki and their brain connection. Like they have the weird brain connection. Also, yes, everyone is like lying to Shiki constantly. That doesn't help. And this medicine is? It is a sleep-inducing medicine. Your personal physician gave his approval that it could be used for you. Approval? At this hour? No, my sister asked your personal physician as soon as she found out you were coming here to live in this mansion. Wow, Kohaku-san is pretty amazing. She's pretty thoughtful. Anyway, I'm very thankful right now. Taking the water from Hisui, I drink the medicine. I start to feel very sleepy after a while. That face is weird, Hisui. Thanks, Hisui. Please give Kohaku-san my thanks as well. As you wish. Well then, please rest well, Shiki-sama. I can hear Hisui's footsteps. It feels like all the power is draining from my body. Feels good. I space out. As if I was passing out, I quickly fall asleep. I mean, all the gaslighting Shiki experiences does not end well, so I would not do that. I think it was a bad idea. Is this a dream? A red alley. The same back alley that I was in before. Where Yumizuka Satsuki is killing. Luring appropriate passers-by into that back alley. Mercilessly killing them from behind by twisting their necks like a damp cloth and plunging her teeth into them. 1 person. 2 people. 3 people. 4 people. How dare she do those things without me? As if in a dream, indulging herself in drinking the blood, Yumizuka tears apart the 4 dead bodies and continues licking the blood. A crimson world, but I don't feel it is sick or detested at all. Pathetic, pathetic, pathetic. A knife in my hand. My breathing is out of control. My heart is pounding like a piston, urging me to do something. If it were me, I'd do a much better job. It's like Jack the Ripper. It's time for Shiki to let her rip. I breathe hard. Is it because I'm holding back my impulse of wanting to do the same things Yumizuka Satsuki is doing? I'm going out of control. Because I don't want to see such a thing. Why are you hesitating? There's no hesitation. Why are you holding back? There's no holding back. Yeah, I think that's going to be my Nanaya Shiki from voice from now on. It's just right in Jack the Ripper. There's no point resisting it. Someone's irritating voice. I want to do what I want to do. That voice. It is my own. Yumizuka is crying. Is she crying because she's not good at killing? Or is it because she's in pain? I don't know. Worthless. Is it alright to think so? That woman is worthless. But am I the one who is worthless? Worthless one should just be killed. CL, turn off my misogyny inhibitors. Is it alright to kill the worthless? Kill. 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 Very cool, Shiki. That's a lot of kill. Yeah, hang on. Let me just... I should have this on standby from now on for Nanaya Shiki moments. Okay. Play the No More Heroes 3 victory theme over this? Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Kill. Kill. Good job, Shiki. Okay. Let's I should make that like a soundbite you could spend bits on. It keeps going. Okay, this one's Shiki's actual voice joining it. Hang on. Good job, Shiki. Oh boy. Inversion Impulse 3. Third day. Okay. Good job, Shiki. Shiki yelling, get the fuck out. Fuckhead. Shiki-sama. There's a voice calling me. Please remain strong. I shall bring you something to drink. I sense the presence receding. Footsteps. It makes me realize that it is morning now. Get the fuck out! That voice line is so hilarious, the way Travis's voice cracks. Oh my god. I open my eyes. There isn't anyone else in my room. I hear something ragged. What is that noise? Speaking, I realize that it is my own breathing. Sorry, I'm still giggling over it. Kill! My body is drenched in sweat. A tiredness suffocates me as if I had just ran a long marathon. My head hurts because I saw that hideous dream. Yumizuka painted with blood and eye staring at her in envy. A complete nightmare. There's something wrong. I managed to say this much, still breathing hard. Last night's dream still lingers in my head. It really was a horrific nightmare. I was just blanked out in my dream as if I couldn't arouse myself from the nightmare if I tried. Shiki-sama. And then Hisui rushes into my room. Hisui? Did something happen? You didn't even knock. Are you awake, Shiki-sama? Yeah, I just got up. I get up. Good morning, Hisui. Thanks for coming to wake me. Yes. Good morning. Returning my greeting apologetically, Hisui approaches the bed. I brought something for you to drink. You do not appear well, so please drink it. Looking at it, it seems like she brought a drink on a silver tray like she did yesterday. Question mark? I don't really feel bad or anything. I slept soundly and I feel refreshed. But Hisui stares at me. You seemed to be in a very poor state earlier. Shiki-sama, does the scar on your chest not hurt? No, not really. Well, it may be because of that terrible dream. I was really having quite a nightmare. I feel dizzy just remembering it. Hisui looks intently at my face. I see. Hisui, you woke me up. Yes, I am deeply sorry. What are you saying? Thanks, Hisui. You really helped me a lot. I really do mean that from my heart. If she hadn't woken me, I might still be trapped inside that awful nightmare. Yeah, truly terrible. I'll change and go to the dining room. Thanks for everything, and for giving me this drink. Sorry about that. No, you do not need to apologize. I will wait for you in the sitting room. Hisui silently leaves the room. To be honest, I really am quite moved. I thought she was truly without emotions, but she may just be poor at expressing them. She was so distressed over me having my nightmare, it makes me smile imagining her in such a hurry. Maybe it isn't that hard to see Hisui's smile. Well, time to get up. I throw off the sheets and get up. In that instant, owie! Pain explodes through my body. Gah! It's from a much deeper place, aching with my heartbeat. Clenching the sheets, I somehow weather the pain. It fades away. There's nothing lingering. Perhaps just a sudden fit? Chest wound. I bring my hand over my chest. There is a great scar there, and even though it has healed, at times it still hurts like it did just now. The doctor said the physical wound is healed, but that the mind must be replaying the pain over and over again. Usually the scar begins throbbing after I see a traffic accident or a dead body. The image of blood or death must make me recall the accident 8 years ago. Because of last night, I guess. The red back alley, and the normal, smiling face of Yumizuka. Ugh, my chest hurts. The image of Yumizuka doesn't leave my mind, but I don't know what I should do, what I can do. I can only live my everyday life. Shit. Swearing at myself, I roll out of bed. After changing out of my pajamas and into my school uniform, I head to the sitting room. Akiya and Hisui are in the sitting room. Kohaku-san is probably in the kitchen cooking my breakfast. Good morning, Nissan. Sitting on the sofa, Akiya greets me and looks at my expression. Good morning, Akiya. Returning her greeting, I head to the dining room. There really isn't that much time for me to stay and chat with Akiya, and I don't really feel like talking to anyone at all. Nissan, I would like to speak with you a little. Is that alright? That's fine, but please make it short since I don't have much time. I sit on the sofa across from her. Yeah, I'm just imagining Shiki clutching his chest like that one old guy. Then I will get straight to the point. Nissan, where did you go last night? Akiya looks directly at me as she asks. Kohaku-san probably did keep it a secret, but I guess it wasn't possible to hide being gone for 2 hours. Nothing. Just went for a walk in town. I'm sorry for getting back late, but it's no big deal. Since I don't want to lie to Akiya, I answer as evasively as possible. Just walking the streets is something. You are still a minor, so please do not wander out late at night. Even if you weren't, there have been a lot of disturbances going on. Disturbances. The killer skulking around town at night. Why? Why didn't I realize it? The killer that murders people and drinks their blood? That phrase perfectly matches Yumizuka's behavior yesterday. I shouldn't have to say this, but you should strain your body. If you come back with an exhausted face like last night's again, I'll get worried. If you're in trouble, please tell me. I may not be able to do much, but if you could... I don't want to think about it, but Yumizuka could be the killer terrorizing the town. I like how you just ignore Akiya. Nissan, are you listening to me? Yeah, I'm listening. I hear Akiya's voice, but the only thing in my mind is the image of Yumizuka from yesterday. Akiya glares at me. So, You can't talk about your situation, Nissan. Yeah, it has nothing to do with you, Akia. Right now, I can only think of Yumizuka. I want to be alone, and so I said that. You're going to keep your own way, is that what you're saying, Nissan? I understand. Well, please feel free. If that's what you want, Nissan, I'll do the same. Akia stands and walks out to the lobby. Yeah, Akia really is just the worst. I do not like her at all. Shiki-sama, is this acceptable? Acceptable? Is what acceptable? I believe Akia is deeply concerned about you, Shiki-sama. But I think it is difficult for her since she does not often talk about her feelings. I know, but right now, my head's full and I do feel sorry. Hisui falls silent. Shiki-san, breakfast! Kawaku-san's voice can be heard from the dining room. I stand up and head towards it. Shiki-sama, around what time will you be returning today? Since today's Saturday, no. It'll probably be in the evening. There's something I want to look for. I understand. Please, take care until then. She bows deeply. After Hisui sees me off, I leave the mansion. I don't think it's so much, like, people have said that Rin is just better Akia, but I don't think it's so much that Rin is explicitly based off of Akia, so much as she's just a similar character type. Like the tsundere and all that. That's true. They should definitely... Everybody's gaslighting Shiki all the time, and they don't tell him to stop wearing that ugly, like, basketball shirt that he has in some Shijis. Like, that thing is just hideous. The orange and the blue. You're not playing for the Lakers, my guy. You are not ballin', Shiki Tono. Only Aoko is ballin'. There is no point coming to school. Yumizuka Satsuki was treated as an absentee, and no one seemed to be the slightest bit concerned about her. Time passed without my realizing it. Perhaps Arihiko or CL-senpai came by sometime, but I don't really remember. Noon comes, and school ends. I have no idea. But I still have to look for Yumizuka. Watch me slide through all these backgrounds. The sun sets. Even after running everywhere in town, there's no sign of Yumizuka Satsuki anywhere. Ugh, I bite my lip angrily, but it's not anger over not finding her. 2 days ago, I'm mad at myself for promising such a thing in the first place. Help me when I'm in a pinch, okay? Yumizuka said that, and I answered lightheartedly. I would help as much as I could. Such an irresponsible answer. There's really nothing I can do. She said it hurt. I can't even find Yumizuka, painfully suffering in the cold darkness. The sun is setting. I don't want to admit it, but maybe I can only find Yumizuka after nightfall. I told Hisui I'd be back in the evening. Perhaps it's too early. I'll go back to the mansion and calmly think this through. Welcome home, Shiki-sama. Hisui was waiting in the lobby. I'm back. Hisui, where's Akia? Akia-sama has not returned yet. Since she said I'll be late, we are to have supper first. I see. I'll be resting in my room until dinner, so I'll head to the dining room when it's time. Yes, please rest until I call you. I turned my back to the bowing Hisui and walked towards my room. I love that they use, like, the same PowerPoint, like, transition for changing scenes and also for when characters leave a scene. After supper, I sit down on my bed. The clock's hands show 9 o'clock. Since leaving the mansion after 8 is forbidden, I cannot go outside any longer. But that's merely a rule. If I feel like it, I can easily go outside. Bye-bye. See you at school tomorrow, Tono-kun. What am I thinking? It's just foolish. I just can't comprehend what's happening to Yumizuka. I do realize she's the vampire serial killer causing all these incidents in town, but still, I cannot forget her last words she said in the sunset on our way home. Before I realize it, it's almost midnight. Lost in thinking about what I should do, I pass some of the night wide awake. Shiki-sama, are you awake? Hisui's voice. Why is she up this late at night? I'm up, but why, Hisui? Yes, I was unsure, but if you are awake, I thought that I should tell you. I mean, I don't know what software Tsukihime is made with, but I assume like any sort of software could have like basic transitions inside of it. I don't know. I'm gonna say I doubt they're like this is like custom software. I imagine they're using something as a base. I'm not sure what though. I don't know if it's like Renpy or what. Yes, I was unsure, but if you were awake, I thought I should tell you. Tell me what? Just a while ago, a call came for you, Shiki-sama. The message was that I'll be waiting in the park. Phone call. This late at night? Yes, the call ended before I could ask for a name, so I was unsure if I should tell you, Shiki-sama. No, this doesn't require any thought. That phone call had to have been from Yumizuka. Thanks, but it's a little late, so I'll wait until tomorrow. She's one of my classmates, so I'll see her tomorrow. That is not true. There is something wrong with smiling like that with such a restrained face. Stupid, I'm not lying at all. I'm fine, I won't go out this late at night. Aki would get mad and you would get in trouble, so there's no reason for me to do that, Shiki said, lying. Hisui descends into silence. The conversation between us dies. Shiki-sama, please do not push yourself too hard. Nah, I'm not pushing anything. I'll go to sleep, so please go back to your room. Hisui just looks at me. Well, good night. Not being able to endure her stare, I slam the door. Rude. Sheesh. I can't hide anything from Hisui. I take my knife out of the drawer. I don't intend to necessarily use it, but I just feel better with it by my side. The park. Why would she call me out at this hour? Muttering, I think back to those foolish tales. Vampires can only move about during nighttime. So supposing that's true, then Yumizuka didn't call me out at this hour. It's more like if it wasn't this hour, then she couldn't call me at all. Sorry, Hisui. Even I think I'm stupid. You told me not to strain myself, but I can't just sleep like this. Apologizing to the empty room, I quietly leave the mansion. Ha, ha. I rest my body burning from all the running. It's almost midnight. Yes, at least he admits he's a dumbass. I appreciate that aspect of Shiki's character. The park located off of the main road. Because of the serial killings these past several days, there's not a soul to be seen around here. Thump. My heart beats loudly. My throat dries up from the tension. If the phone call that Hisui received was from Yumizuka, then she has to be waiting there for me. The park is empty at night. There isn't a sound under the moonlight. I don't know why, but a chill runs through me. The back of my head numbs, a horrible chill as if my body freezes to my fingertips. I try to catch my breath. In contrast to my cold body, my throat is scorching. It's dry with thirst. I put my hand in my pocket. I just wanted a blade in my hand. Why? Just a faint headache, a low temperature. My mind is cool like ice. Something is strange. This park, it feels like something bad is around here. Just what am I afraid of? I shake the headache off and walk deeper in. There's no one around. A terribly dark and lonely place to meet someone. There, someone is crouched, breathing raggedly, her face pale white as she scratches her throat in pain. Without a doubt, it is Yumizuka Satsuki. Yumizuka? Her figure is tormented. Without a thought for what happened last night, I run towards her. Wait! Yumizuka stops me with just a word. Wait, Shiki-kun. I'm glad you came, but I don't want you any nearer right now. Please, don't come any closer. Her breathing looks painful. Her body convulses as she speaks, as if she's about to collapse any second now. Don't be stupid. I'm not going to leave someone looking as painful as you alone. No, I'm okay. You came, so I'm fine now. Ah, she's fine, see? Forcing herself up, Yumizuka smiles at me. What's going on, Yumizuka? Why haven't you been home? What was that about yesterday? Why that... That what? That... You know what I'm talking about. If you mean yesterday, well, You saw what happened. I told you, I killed those people, didn't I? She answers frankly. It's almost as if she's laughing at my feelings of denial. Then, the recent killings in town were all you're doing, Yumizuka? I don't like to say it, but that's the way it is, yeah. What the hell do you mean that's the way it is? It's just the way it is. I killed those people, and I'll keep on doing the same thing. I can't just lie about it, can I? Yumizuka, you... Please, stop calling me that. I'm calling you Shiki-kun, so it's only fair for you to call me by my first name, too. What? I take a deep breath. Yumizuka is still like before. Even though she acts like she used to, she says some pretty scary things. When I think about it, I look foolish. I could never talk to you like this for all the years I watched you from afar. Yumizuka? I was always watching you, Shiki-kun. Even before I was saved in that warehouse, I was always watching you. I'm really a coward. I always just agreed with the people around me and smiled when it seemed right. Before I knew it, everyone was treating me like an idol. So school wasn't fun for me. But that changed after you talked to me in the second year of junior high, Shiki-kun. Huh? Nah, it's not something you'd remember. How can I put it? You were always natural, never showing off. Probably you didn't even think about what you said back then. What can I say? Just as Yumizuka says, I remembered nothing. I don't know what I said to her, or even if I had talked to her back then. It's okay. Don't make a face like that. You were only hanging out with Inui-kun, so it was normal for you to ignore other classmates. But that was okay. I was happy just being in the same class as you, Shiki-kun. I don't... The thing is, like, Arc doesn't even have to reassemble herself because, like, we never get that scene of him slashing her up. Like, Arc just does not appear in these Far Side roots at all. She's just... I don't know what she's doing. I have no idea what she's doing while Shiki's off banging his sister. I don't know. Like, Nero and Arcwood both just don't show up at all. No, he doesn't kill Arcwood. She just doesn't appear. Yeah, Nero never went to the hotel because Arcwood was never there. Like, there's no reason to meet Nero without meeting Arcwood. Unless it was one of those scenes I had already seen and skipped, but, like, I really don't... No, Arcwood just hasn't appeared at all. It was my goal to talk to you and let you call me Yumizuka-san. Now that I think about it, it was too small of a wish. She recalls nostalgically those ancient days, like she was remembering something that happened a long time ago. I was always watching you. I knew you'd never notice me, but I watched you anyway. Well, to be honest, I'm happy, but... Do you like me, Shiki-kun? How can I answer her right now? What should I do here? Is there a new response I need? I can't answer is the response we should have. Isn't the first day the same in every route? I don't think so. Unless, again, it was in one of those scenes I skipped because I've already seen it. I can't answer. Yumizuka, I can't answer. Maybe this makes me a horrible person, but those are my true feelings. I never had any special feelings for my classmate Yumizuka Satsuki. I'm only here because what happened on the way home 2 days ago left such an impression on me, I couldn't just forget about it. Oh, that's right. You're absolutely right. Shiki sees Arcwood for like a second, and then Yumizuka is there instead, and he follows her. That's right. I remember now from the beginning of Akia's route. Like, all caps. There was like a brief moment where we saw like a flashback. Like Shiki, all caps. Shiki mentioned to Akia like for a second, but like yeah, she like other than that, she never shows up in the Far Side routes. You're right. I remember now. At the very beginning, Yumizuka is there, so he's following her instead of Arquid. And he gets the murder boner for a second, but Yumizuka distracts him. I'm only here because what happened on the way home 2 days ago left such an impression on me. I just couldn't forget about it. I thought so. You never even knew I existed, so you couldn't have even fallen in love with me. Ah! Yumizuka's body trembles. Breathing painfully, she falls to her knees. A choking sound. Squatting on the ground, Yumizuka coughs heavily and she spits out a lump of blood. Yumizuka? This time I do rush near her. Yumizuka, are you okay? Yumizuka! I put my hand on her heaving shoulder. Ah! I feel a chill. Even through her clothes, I can feel the coldness of her body. Stupid, you're freezing. What are you doing out in the open on a night like this? Shiki-kun? Her voice is hollow as she says my name. Yumizuka collapses against me. As she pants, her warm breath brushes my skin. Yumizuka? It's okay if you don't like me, Shiki-kun. Because I really didn't understand you at all until now either. Yumizuka speaks as she coughs. It's alright, don't talk. I'll take you to a hospital. But I understand now who you are and what you want to do. I really understand now. Because... Huh? Yumizuka's arm tenses. With amazing strength, she digs into my shoulder. Because I became like you, Shiki-kun. Saying that, Yumizuka sinks her teeth into my neck. I don't know if it'll change on these other routes, but one thing I thought was weird in Akia's was that, like, I thought this would have some consequences. Like, she is theoretically doing something that would turn Shiki into a vampire, but it's never brought up again. Like, I thought he would have to deal with being part vampire, but no. Ah, fading. My consciousness is fading. Yumizuka's fangs dig into my neck. I'm being drained, as if all the life in my body is liquefied and sucked out. Without strength, there are no thoughts, so my consciousness is not fading, it is simply being destroyed. Ah, there are no thoughts. I know I'll die if I stay like this, but I can't even... Oh, this is new. Does that mean Arquid just fucks off back to sleep when all caps Shiki isn't turned into Roa? You know, that is confusing, because I figured, like, Arquid would still want to come after him? Because he's still Roa-ish, right? Like, if you kill him normally, won't his spirit just choose another body again? Like, doesn't it still work that way even if he's more Shiki than Roa? I'm not sure. Kill this woman. All the same, from somewhere beyond my mind, my blood begins to boil. Yumizuka! Both my arms push her back out of pure reflex. She falls right on her behind. What are... I stand up, but I can't. I'm so exhausted I can barely even lift an arm. Yumizuka sits as if in a drunken stupor. Ah, I can't see her face clearly. Everything dims as my consciousness fades. I can't control my body either. All that exists is the pain in my neck. Blood gurgles forth. Yumizuka's teeth marks remain in my neck, and through those two deep holes something black is being poured into my body. A pain as if my spine is about to be ripped out. We've had that spine-ripping line like twice in 15 minutes. In pain, I claw at the ground. But there is no relief. I cannot move since Yumizuka has drained everything out of me, and the pain pours into me like a black snake. I cannot move, so the black thing crawls and twists as it pleases inside me. I clutch at the ground. With glazed eyes, Yumizuka looks at me. Yumizuka, what have you... It's okay, it only hurts at first. First it hurts, but when the blood mixes it should die down. Don't worry, I won't kill you. Oh, you know what? I know why, actually. I know why the blood doesn't affect Shiki, because he kills her. I remember, this was lore that was in the near side routes. If the vampire who turned you dies, then the effects go away, I think. I remember this now. I remember. Don't worry, I won't kill you. I poured my blood in properly, so you won't collapse and crumble away like those failures last night. You will only look at me from now on. Yumizuka whispers joyfully. What are you talking about, Yumizuka? I'm saying that I'm making both of us the same, Shiki-kun. Sucking people's blood instead of eating normal food, nocturnal, unable to walk under the sun. You're going to be a different creature. What is that? Ridiculous. That's just like, yeah, like a vampire. I didn't really understand how I became this way either. 2 nights ago, I went out to check the rumor that you were walking around in the shopping district every night. And then when I came to, I was lying down in that back alley. Would a hypothetical Yumizuka route mean we get Dead Apostle, Shiki? I have no idea. Honestly. I have no idea what that route's gonna be like in the remake. Back then, I just thought I was just cold, dark, and painful. But it's strange. After a while, my body has changed completely. I understood a lot of things. My body hurts because it's being destroyed very fast, and the sunlight acts like a catalyst for that. And if I want to stop the destruction, I need the genetic information of the same type of living organism as myself. Yeah, I didn't understand the logic that well, but I was plain enough what I had to do. I love that line. I was cold, and I was lonely by myself. I didn't want to disappear, so I just grabbed a random person and sucked his blood. And you know what? It was really delicious. The pain went away, and I thought I could do anything. But it was so nice that before I realized it was all gone. That man was all shriveled up like a mummy, and I felt really bad. I thought to myself that I was turning into a monster, both in mind and body. But I had to do it in order to live. Like I said, I didn't kill them because I hated them. I suck blood the same way people eat animals. So I decided not to think about it too deeply. What is this? Is it okay to kill other people in order to live? But it seems I've become a proper vampire. Tonight's meal was quite fun. Until now, I've been sucking blood since I was cold and in pain, but now that I'm getting the hang of sucking blood, it's becoming more interesting. You understand, don't you, Shiki-kun? You are a much better killer than I am. What are you talking about, Yomizuka? Didn't I say it before? I was always watching you, so I know your gentle side and your scary side. I never talked to you because I didn't understand your scary side. But I understand now. You're the same as me. Hey, Shiki-kun, even you were thinking you wanted to kill someone without love or hate or having anything to do with it. Don't be ridiculous. I've never even once thought that. I'm not being ridiculous. I never understood the fragile air about you, but now my body has changed and I can understand. Shiki-kun, just you being there is flirting with death. That's the kind of person you are. Like me, someone who has to kill people. Your need to kill others is the same as the need to breathe, right? You know, I was really happy about yesterday. It was the first time I was happy after becoming this way. Because I finally understood you, Shiki-kun. I never really knew you before. Shiki-kun, you're the same, right? You see someone and for no reason your heart throbs and your throat goes dry. Seeing red blood, you enter a stupor like you were drunk from alcohol, right? Seeing the life of others, extinguishing the life of others, isn't it so exciting? So fun! That's a lie. That feeling, I've never... that was something only in a dream, though. But I can't say I never had it. See? A pure homicidal impulse without the influence of emotion. Your fragile side, which I always wanted to understand. I forgot to say one more thing. A vampire is someone whose blood has been sucked by a vampire, right? That's true, you know. To be precise, the person whose blood who has just been sucked died. Vampires pour their own blood into their victim as near they drink... into their victim as they drink to turn them into their own. So what's that in your what's in you right now is my blood. Standing up, Yumizuka speaks with satisfaction. I see. This is Yumizuka-san's blood, then. The black thing that still defiles my body. It's not even a mouthful, but it still causes unbelievable pain, enough to drive me to madness. If that's the case. This blood, this foreign pollutant swimming in my body, I can't see it, but with my eyes that would First, because of my crawling on the ground, my glasses have fallen off. The lines, I can see the point of that foreign substance. Then kill. I stab the point with my knife. Hang on. There we go. Very important. I thrust the knife into my body, but it doesn't cut any of my flesh. What is killed is not me, but this foreign object. Now it's been long enough. Stand up, Shiki-kun. I hear Yumizuka's command. The pain fades. I can control my arms and legs again, and I can finally stand up. Good. From now on, we'll always be together, Shiki-kun. Now, come here. Come by my side, hold my hand, and make me feel better. Yeah, he just stabbed the vampirism. Don't worry, it works on inanimate stuff, too. Like, we've established that I guess the blood is kind of alive. I don't know, whatever. Whatever. She holds out her hand. Thump. My heart pounds and my legs begin to move. But they don't move forward. They move backward. Shiki-kun? Kill. Yumizuka's bewildered voice. Yes, I suppose now that we know about Nanaya, right, you get access to the far side routes and you're supposed to do Akia's first. I guess now that we've done that, and now that we know about the Nanaya genes, it's just, that voice is just gonna be in our head. Thump. My heart begins to scream. My throat becomes dry. Every nerve in my body recognizes the person in front of me as an enemy. Kill! This feeling, as if my thoughts belong to a completely different person. That's true, he did kill nature itself in Seal's Root. It's like, yeah, it's weird. The eyes of death perception can work on, like, people, inanimate objects, and concepts, sort of? It's weird. It's as if my thoughts belong to a completely different person. I can't resist the impulse flowing out within me. My mind is growing hazy. Why? Why aren't you doing what I tell you to? Kill. The heart. Go for the heart. Thump, thump. My heart beats loudly, as if repeatedly ordering me to kill, to kill. Ryogi Shiki does the same thing in her series. I'm interested in getting into those movies after I'm done reading this. That's my next Type Moon thing, is watching those movies. Shiki-kun, you... No, Yumizuka. She looks at me as I breathe painfully. Why? Why didn't my blood work? I killed your blood, so I will not become your partner. What? The eyes staring at me are filled with surprise. Kill. Please disappear, Yumizuka. I don't understand why, but if you remain here, Kill. Kill. I don't want to kill anyone. My mind is inverting. That's a funny face. It's a funny face. It's the face of someone who's about to get stabbed. What are you gonna do? Stab me? Says woman stabbed. Yumizuka's eyes turn black, like a needle with sharp intent to kill. Tonoshiki's body separates itself from the mind and will of Tonoshiki. I lick my lips as I pick up my knife. Oh, you're serious now, Shiki-kun. I can't speak. Nothing. The thought of responding doesn't even occur. My field of vision shrinks to nothing. Liar, you said you'd help me. I don't know anything about that. Fine. If you won't cooperate, I'll kill you first. There will be plenty of time to give you my blood after that. Well said, for a miserable failure. I can only hear the voice. There are no thoughts. Nanaya Shiki says, no thoughts, head empty. It's okay to play on Wi-Fi if you're near the router. It is a Joey Wheeler face, and I hate it. That face Yumizuka does. My body kills the body of Yumizuka in return, who is trying to kill my body. A sensation of spurting. My right arm holding my knife is heavy and my left arm is burning. The burning on my left arm is from the flowing blood. Yumizuka's nails tore through my clothes and made the blood flow. Maybe thanks to the bleeding, my burning blood cools down. My ferociously pounding heart starts to calm. But I start to realize I pierced Yumizuka's heart with my knife and am now holding her as if I am embracing her. We did it, lads. Kill. What? This is a continuation of my nightmare. Without knowing it, I killed Yumizuka Satsuki. Well, Yumizuka's body up against mine is frigid. There was never any warmth to begin with. Her body is like pure ice and isn't doing anything but embracing mine. Yumizuka? My fingers holding the knife shake uncontrollably. Shallow breathing fills the air. Mine and hers. What have I done? I didn't want to kill her. I didn't even have a single thought of hurting her, so why? Shiki-kun. I hear Yumizuka's voice right next to my ear. She's probably going to voice her grudge. She asked me to help her. But all I did in response was to kill her without even thinking. I'm so happy. But Yumizuka, with a gentleness like she were having a dream, said those words. Why? Because this was the first time you ever seriously looked at me. That's why I'm so happy. That makes me your first time, Shiki. Yeah, it's his first time, alright. No Arquid in this route. This isn't his first murder. Your first big murder, Shiki. You did it. Shiki, it's kill or be killed. Thump. I'm so sorry. They say only death can cure a fool, but in my case, it seems even death couldn't cure me. Thump. Yumizuka? Thump. There's no reply. With a dry sound, her body crumbles to ashes as if it were never there to begin with. What happened? That's right. I could not understand. That's fine. Ah. I breathe harder. Knife still in hand, the contents of my stomach rise to my throat. Ugh. How come? There is regret over killing her. There's also guilt. But above all else, I can't rid myself of this feeling. What a shock. If you call this pain pleasure, then this has to be the greatest pleasure in the world. Ew. Oh, he's doing it again. The murder boner. Can't escape it. That's what I think as I feel this blood pulsing throughout my body. That's the kind of person you are. Like me, someone who has to kill people to live. Your need to kill others is the same as your need to breathe. She said killing others was fun. She proudly said that to me. No, that's wrong. I cannot accept that. If I accept that, I could never live as myself again. I'm different. I'm different from you, Yumizuka. There's no power in my denial. My whole vision wavers. Here, if I stay here any longer, I'll go crazy. I have to go back. Back to my world. I need to hurry back to the normal life of Tonoshiki, or else I'll be engulfed by this prison. Or poison, sorry. Ugh! I try to stifle the sharp pain in my head. I start to walk away. Scene trend? Okay, there it is. That was taking a minute for some reason. Yeah, this is Ripper mode route. We're cringe killer Shiki. The door opens with a creak. With a heavy body and dulled mind, I make it back to the mansion. My footsteps drag behind me. The moonlight illuminates my figure, making it look like an exhausted ghost. My left arm hurts where Yumizuka wounded me. The bleeding has stopped, and the gradual lessening of the pain tells me it couldn't have been too deep. I reach the stairs. I don't even care about treating my wounds. Right now, I just wanted to stumble back into my room and sleep like a rock. You deny your knife its purpose. Chapter 4, Cradle Garden. That's a new one. I wake from a long sleep. The sunshine from the window looks closer to midday than morning. It must be because of how late I got back last night. It seems like I've overslept. Dragging myself up from bed, I look down at my hand. The sensation of how I stabbed Yumizuka remains. 2 nights ago, when I met Yumizuka and saw that hideous dream, if only yesterday was just a dream. But wishing it won't make it so. I have no clue why or how Yumizuka became a vampire, and I couldn't do anything to help her. No, once Yumizuka had become like that, there was probably no way for anyone to help her. She was already dead. Nani? All I did was return that corpse somehow, moving about as if it were a living thing, back to being a dead body. I would love that edit, Zipper Hands. Replace Shiki with the Ripper mode scene in Metal Gear Rising. That's the only way I can think of it. But still. God, I thought that was a real knock on my chamber door for a second and I was freaked out. A knocking, a rapping on my chamber door. Please excuse me, Shiki-sama. With that voice I have become accustomed to, Hisui enters the room. Good morning, Shiki-sama. How are you feeling today? I slept well, so I don't feel bad at all. Is that so? Hearing that makes me feel very relieved. Even though she says that, I don't see her even relax her shoulders or give any other indication of it. But I feel relieved as well. Because of what happened last night, the long night is over. Because I don't have to enter that unnatural world any longer, my heart can relax. Are you sure? There's like 7 days of this left. Thanks, Hisui. You've always come to check up on me from early in the morning, right? Your concern means a lot to me. Not at all. It is my duty to be concerned with your welfare. There is a hint of happiness in Hisui's expression. Moreover, I feel like I've been somewhat rescued. While I've been sleeping in bed like this, Hisui came as always to wake me up. With just that trivial thing, I honestly feel like I have returned to my normal life. Shiki-sama, this is somewhat difficult for me to say, but can I? Question mark? Difficult to say. If it's about me sleeping in till noon, I really can't do anything but apologize. Oh, that's right, today's Sunday. No, that is not what I meant, but it is perhaps related to when you went to sleep. Hisui fidgets with her fingers as she struggles to come up with the right words. I did not say anything, but Akiya-sama found out about last night. About last night, what? I mean, when you left late last night, Shiki-sama. Oh. I unconsciously turned my eyes away from her. It's really, dude, you live in a mansion with like 3 other people. It's not hard to tell when one of them is missing. I thought I'd managed to slip away undetected, but I should have known Hisui would still find out. Shiki-sama, your return late last night has gained the attention of Akiya-sama, so I believe you will be asked to explain yourself sooner or later. She is in the sitting room and may be angry, so please be prepared. I see. Oh well, I can't complain, since it was me that went out past curfew. About that, will it be occurring again? I cannot stop you, but if you continue doing such things, I must tell Akiya-sama. No, nothing like last night will happen again. Everything has ended last night. There won't be any phone calls anymore. Yes, it really has ended. With these words, it truly is over. Sure thing, sure. Yumizuka Satsuki is no more. The vampire skulking the streets has vanished. I, with my own hands, sent away a classmate who said she liked me for all eternity. I love every time Shiki in this VN goes, oh, glad that's out of the way. That'll never happen again. Hisui looks at me with a painful expression on her face. Who's Sundowner? In this, you mean in this, like, metaphor? Probably Roa. It's probably Roa. But also, you know, they could all just be the various voices in Shiki's head. Jeez, if Hisui's making that sort of face, then I must look terrible right now. Well, I should get up sooner or later. Hisui, is Akiya still here? She's an awfully busy person, so does she have a routine on her day off? Yeah, she does have plans during her day off, but today she's still in the mansion. Question mark? She has plans, but she's still here? Roa, Shiki, I'm fucking invincible. When does Sugi take place again? The way they talk about it, I'm gonna assume it takes place the year it was released, which was like 2000. But it's weird because Shiki talks about how there's like no TVs in the mansion except the one Kohaku snuck into her room. So Shiki's kind of living an anachronistic life no matter what. Kids are cruel, Shiki, and I'm very in touch with my inner child. So, like, that's why you don't really see, like, a lot of just technology representative of its time in this visual novel, because so much time is spent in the mansion where there's, like, where it's old for no reason. Because Aki is weird. I don't know. That is true. Also, Koma stole the TV. That is right. That's why. I forgot about Koma stealing the TV. When does that even get brought up? Is that in the sequel thing? Or is it in Melty? I don't quite get it, but well, I'll go and get changed, so please head to the sitting room before me. Yes, well then, please excuse me. Arkwit is Jetstream Sam. That's true. I mean, Jetstream Sam and Raiden are pretty gay, so that makes sense. As usual, Hisui walks away without a sound. It was brought— oh, that is right, yes. It was all the way back in the beginning of Arkwit's route. They mentioned someone stole the TV. Like, I don't think they even said it was Koma. They just said a TV was stolen. Like, a homeless man took it. Or, not a homeless man, one of the family members who was previously living in the mansion. Akiya mentions how a lot of the Tono family was living in the mansion before, but she sent them all away when Shiki brought back, like, was about to come back, and one of them just took a TV with them. Show me a good time, Shiki. The sequel VN confirms that it was Koma and his clan that were the— yeah. All I know about Koma is that he's the one that killed Shiki's real parents, which we now know were the Nanayas, right? That was what that, you know, that scene in the intro where Shiki is remembering, like, his parents being killed in, like, a forest. I assume that was his real parents, the Nanayas, and he's, recalling Koma murdering the hell out of them. If I recall right. But I don't know how much that will be brought up here. Like Koma as a character. I just assume they're gonna be like, yeah, we sent our strong guy after them. And, Shiki's dad, or, Shiki's adoptive father felt bad about killing his parents and adopted him. I assume that's as deep as it's gonna go. That's all that was mentioned in Akiya's route anyways. As usual, Hisui walks away without a sound. But I forgot something really important. Hisui. Koma's kind of important in the sequel VN. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll read the sequel VN. Does it even have a translation or like some way I can read up on what happens in it? Because I'm kind of curious, but I don't know what exactly it's about. Yes. What is it, Shiki-sama? Yeah, I forgot to say something. Thanks for coming to wake me up. Kagetsu Toya does have his deal? Okay. It's a little late, but good morning, Hisui. Yes, please have a nice day, Shiki-sama. Is it as long as Tsukihime? Is it like structured differently? Like where you get the different routes with the different girls? I'm having a hard time conceptualizing a Tsukihime sequel because so far there hasn't really been a definitive ending. Especially when you get to the Far Side routes and it's so different. Well then, I should hurry up and change and head to the sitting room. In the sitting room, Akiya is on the sofa, Kohaku-san is keeping her company, and Hisui is standing by the wall. Good morning, Shiki-san. Good morning, Kohaku-san. Sorry to be a bother, but could you fix me something to eat? See, I didn't know there was a Fate sequel either. I'm a little hungry from all that sleeping. It's a Groundhog's Day style thing to explain how every route is somehow canon. Oh, like, what? It says in Tsukihime, Shiki was like experiencing like a time loop that made him experience every route? That's weird. So like he knows everything from every route? Okay. Is that what am I reading that right? Yes, right away. I will get it ready, so please wait a little bit. Kohaku-san quickly patters away towards the dining room. That leaves Akiya and Hisui, who is standing wordlessly like a statue. Yo, Akiya. Good morning. She's upset with us. Akiya just looks at me with a dissatisfied look on her face and doesn't return my greeting. Like Hisui warned me, she seems angry about last night. Telling me in the morning that leaving late at night is forbidden, only to find me leaving late at night. It's only natural for her to be angry. It's like aspects of every route? Okay, that's all I really was wondering about. Kagetsu Toya is about 6 to 15 hours? Well, that's definitely shorter than this has been. Maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll check it out then. If it's just like a short little sequel thing. Akiya, last night was... Nissan, sleeping in this late, just what were you thinking? Sorry? Geez, I'm not mad about that. It's your day off and you've chosen to sleep in until now. It's your laziness that angers me. With a humph, Akiya angrily turns her face away. God, I hate. The less I have to interact with Akiya, the better. Well, it may just be my imagination, but peevishly is a better word than angrily. Well, I couldn't help it. I got in late last night and my body was just tired. Yeah, from all that stabbing. That is entirely your fault. Staying out until way past midnight. Just what kind of lifestyle did you have when you lived with the Arima's, Nissan? I had a strict curfew there, too. I wasn't allowed to leave at night and... Oh, so that's it. At the Arima's house you follow the rules, but you come here and break them? In other words, you won't even follow my simplest request? In that case, I may have to resort to corporal punishment. The fury of her intent also flows through her eyes. How do I say this? She has to be joking, only she doesn't sound like she's kidding, and it's pretty frightening. Corporal punishment, Akiya? You're starting to frighten me. That was just an example. Staying up real like that and just sleeping until you feel like getting up? Of course I should be very strict. I hate how... I'm feeling the real disconnect with Shiki right now, because he's like, oh, I guess I'll follow Aki's rules, and I'm just like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, girl? I could give you a light shove and you would snap in two. Akiya gives an audible groan. I hate to admit it, but she is right. Besides, Nissan, didn't you let Hisui wake you up in the morning? It is a good thing today is Sunday, but you always laze around in bed too long, Nissan. Akiya, maybe it's not my place to say, but it's not like I'm sleeping in because I want to. What? So how come you always sleep in until the last minute every morning? You don't know how I feel when I have to wait for you until the last minute and... Akiya-sama. Ah, Question mark? Where did the dire, threatening atmosphere go? All of a sudden, Akia descends into silence. Hey, Akia. I said so before, but waking up past 7 o'clock in the morning isn't intentional. Even I would like to get up earlier, but my body doesn't listen to what I tell it. If you want to help me wake up earlier, please buy me a really powerful alarm clock. I'm sure that'd get me up. Nissan. This may be a stupid question, but did you ever tell Hisui what time you wanted her to wake you up? Ah, that's right. I forgot such a simple thing as that. God, Shiki, you're so fucking stupid. Oh yeah, Hisui comes every morning to wake me, so it's alright for her to do that. So, Hisui, could you please wake me up at 6:30 each morning? It would really help me out. I swing around to face Hisui. She stares right back at me. I refuse. Huh? Forgive me, but I refuse to wake you up, Shiki-sama. Well, I love even Akia's like surprised. I don't know what to say. The shock put my brain on hold. Looking at the situation, Akia is also gaping at Hisui in surprise. Hisui, why can't you wake up Nissan? I am unable to undertake things I cannot do. I do not think I am able to wake up Shiki-sama with my own power. Unable? Why not? I unthinkingly enter their conversation. Hisui continues staring at me. These past 3 days, all of my efforts were fruitless. Shiki-sama, do you remember how many times I called your name this morning? No, I don't remember. I woke up from your voice. I thought I woke up by myself. I think that therein lies the problem, my guy. That means there is no memory of me even calling out. Akia-sama, that is the situation. Oh, I see, Akia says and looks over at me teasingly. How do I say this? It would seem my standing here has just been lowered quite a bit. In short, you have tried repeatedly to wake up Nissan, but there isn't even the slightest reaction on his part. That's how it is, Hisui. Hisui nods silently. I nod silently as well. I see. The truth is, Hisui has already been trying to wake me up early in the morning. I don't want to say it myself, but I must be really good at sleeping in. Relatable. Nissan, why are you looking so proud of yourself? Nothing. I was just surprised by how daunting it is to wake me. I understand. Hisui, just like before, please try and wake up Nissan as much as you can. Hisui nods in assent. It seems like the conversation is finished. In the end, it must be just me waking up whenever I feel like it again. Hey, by the way, Hisui. Yes, what is it? Does Nissan really not wake up? Even if you call his name, he doesn't respond? Yes, Shiki-sama's sleep is very quiet, and he sleeps like a statue. Question mark? Like a statue? What? Oh, Nissan has a great sleeping posture, huh? No, that is not it. How do I say it? Shiki-sama is like a completely different person when he sleeps. Is this embarrassing? I watch you when you sleep, Shiki-sama. I have never seen such a peaceful, sleeping face. So when I first saw him, I thought he had passed away. So it is not quite that he is hard to waken, but that it seems very rude to do so, so I cannot help but be very gentle. When Shiki-sama is about to wake up by himself, warmth returns to his white face, and I know he will wake up soon, but... Looking down, Hisui talks about how I look when I sleep. I can't help but feel embarrassed. Come to think of it, sleeping person is completely defenseless, and after listening to that explanation, I flashed red as if she said she saw me naked. Hisui descends into silence, and Akia is obviously trying not to look in my direction. The air has become a little heavy. Thanks for waiting! Shiki-san, breakfast is ready! A bright voice saves the situation. Thanks. Well, I'll eat up. Yes, please take your time eating. Turning my back to Kawaku-san's smile, I head to the dining room alone. What an awkward conversation. After I eat lunch, Akia and Hisui are still in the sitting room. It wouldn't be good to ignore them and go back to my room, so I sit on the sofa across from Akia. Here, Shiki-san. You prefer green tea, right? Kawaku-san places an after-meal cup of tea on the table beside me. Yeah, thanks. If you don't mind, then. No, not at all. This is your home, so please relax a little more. Kawaku-san must be trying to make me feel more comfortable here because she takes good care of me. I don't know. It's hard to be comfortable with Akia around. Jeez. I'm thinking I'm already used to this place. Do I still look a little strained? Yes, just a little bit. Your shoulders seem a little tense. I wouldn't say you should be like. I wouldn't say you should be like back then, but you certainly can relax a bit more. Kohaku, you shouldn't spoil Nissan. He's been living a life like a sloth at the Arima's house so long, it's probably good for him to be just a little tense at first. Akiya-sama, you really are strict with Shiki-san, are you not? I don't want to be strict. It's just that he is always so spaced out, I have to watch out for him. Huh? I'm a little surprised. When Akiya talks to Kohaku-san, there isn't any hint of her usual coldness. Maybe it's because they're so close in age, but they seem to be really good friends. They're just good friends. What's a little titty sucking between friends, you know? I glance over at Hisui. Since Akiya dismissed all of the other servants except for Hisui and Kohaku-san, I think Hisui must be trusted by Akiya as well. But since Kohaku-san is her complete opposite in personality, I have a feeling that there isn't much talk between Hisui and Akiya. May I be of service, Shiki-sama? Hisui realizes I was looking at her and asked me if there's anything she can do. No, it's nothing. I was just thinking that you're really calm. Yes, it is something that Makihisa-sama taught to me. She answers very distinctly. The answer is so distinct, I can't continue the conversation. An uncomfortable silence ensues. As if sensing this, Kohaku-san starts up a conversation. Shiki-san, is it okay if I ask a question? Yeah. What is it? It seems like you left last night again, so I was wondering if you had some usual scheduled routine to take care of every night. No, I don't have anything like that. The past 2 days were just something special. I look over at Hisui. She just quietly watches the two of us. It's alright, Kohaku-san. I won't go out late at night anymore. Besides, I'm not a kid anymore, so it's not like there's any danger or anything. Oh, are you still saying that sort of thing, Shiki-san? Hisui-chan, don't you feel the same way? It is as Ne-san says. Shiki-sama, you're the eldest son of the Tono family, so please refrain from doing anything careless. See, even Hisui-chan is angry. You're anemic, so you shouldn't strain yourself, you know? I was told this by your personal physician too, Shiki-san. Well, that's true, but it has nothing to do with going out late at night. If I can't walk by myself, I shouldn't go to school either, right? It does have something to do with it. During the day, it is bright outside and someone could help you, right? But at night, it's different. There's been all these vampire murders recently, so if you go outside and collapse, what do you think will happen? Without thinking, my body shudders. Just hearing someone else use the word vampire like this really reminds me that it was Yumizuka killing those people. Well, some of them. Some of them. No, it's okay, Kohaku-san. There isn't a vampire out there anymore. Those incidents, those won't happen ever again. You've said this like 3 times in this game, Shiki, and you've literally never been right. Because Yumizuka Satsuki is no longer in this world. Oh? Is that true, Akiya-sama? I haven't heard anything about it. The one to ask is Nissan, since he seems to know something about it. Oh yeah, there was a victim from your high school, Nissan. Year 2 Class 3 is your class, right? Ah? There wasn't a victim from my class. Ah, Shiki-san, you didn't see the news this morning. Last night, they found a large quantity of blood from someone named Yumizuka Satsuki in an alley off the main street. The blood seems to have been there for a while, but from the amount of blood there, they say it is she is more than likely dead. Oh no. My heart starts to throb violently. The fact that Yumizuka Satsuki is dead, I know that better than anyone else. But when they say that she's dead, it sounds like, you killed her, didn't you, to me. Nissan, what's wrong? You're really pale. No, it's nothing. My mood starts to sink. Thanks to Hisui, my heart was able to be calm, but with just this conversation, I almost collapse. Is my heart really this weak? Everyone, let's have a welcome party tonight. Just like that, Kohaku-san makes an announcement in a loud voice. Huh? Aki and I say the same thing aloud, and even Hisui tilts her head. A welcome party for Shiki-san. Everyone is here, and we haven't even celebrated Shiki-san's arrival yet. So tonight should be Shiki-san's welcome party. Right? Kohaku-san looks at me and smiles. Crap. Why are Hisui and Kohaku-san so able to read my feelings? Akia-sama, is that acceptable? If you allow it, we can start the preparations right away. Yes, Nissan has finally come back, and we haven't even done anything. I think it's a good idea, but Hisui, you agree, right? Yes, if it is acceptable to Shiki-sama, I do not think it will be a bad thing. The three of them turn to stare at me. Of course I agree. Okay, another scene I've seen. Let's go and help Hisui. Kohaku-san has a lot to do, but I'm sure Hisui is much busier. I should try and pay Hisui back for everything she's done, so I'll go help her. That's right, we had the party. Akia got a little wasted. Had a weird moment outside, but we're hanging out with Hisui instead now, which, thank God. Thank God. I head out to the lobby and run into Hisui right away. She must be tidying things up, because there's a cloth and a feather duster at her feet. Watch out, she's gonna put the cloud over you. Hisui, can I have a minute? Shiki-sama, did you not return to your room? No, I won't. You and Kohaku-san seem so busy, I feel bad just lounging around and doing nothing. Hisui just looks at me silently. Shiki-sama, I do not believe this is the case, but you're asking me if you could help me with my duties. She struck first. What do you mean? Isn't it alright? Cleaning this huge mansion by yourself is hard, so let me just help a little bit, please. You say that, but there is not so much that I require assistance. Actually, I can say that since Nason is not here, I have an easier time. Question mark? Huh? Cleaning is easier when Kohaku-san isn't here? No, well, I mean that... Did she accidentally let something slip out? She looks down as she stammers for an excuse. It's something I don't see every day, so I smile at her. Friction between the two sisters, huh? Shiki-sama, what I said just now, Nason, flustered. She tries to tell me not to tell Kohaku-san. Oh, so what you said right now can't be told to Kohaku-san. I see, I got it. I have to tell Kohaku-san about it. Oh my god. The comedic timing sometimes is really good. I have to tell her. Shiki-sama, I think you should try not to show what you are thinking. I'm not really thinking anything at all. No thoughts, head empty. Hisui just looks at me. Perhaps what she said just now might be more of a taboo for Kohaku-san than I thought it was. I understand, I won't tell her, so please stop looking at me like that. I remember now. Even long ago, you would always do pranks and tease others for no reason. Are you perchance planning on doing something devious like you did back then, Shiki-sama? No, not really. I just wanted to see how your face would look if you were a little distressed, that's all. Rude. I would never- well, actually, never mind, I would play pranks on my servants. I think that's funny. Crap, why do I blurt out the truth like that? Shiki-sama, I still have duties remaining to finish, so if you have free time, please go help Nason. As you say, I am very busy, so I cannot keep you company. Smooth. Smooth as hell, Shiki. Hisui turns away and starts to clean the flower vases. It seems that even though I wanted help, I made her angry. Yeah, she's gonna use those as a projectile. Hisui... Yes, what is it? But Hisui still responds courteously, so I think she's really nice. About before, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. Well, Kohaku-san is always sweeping in the courtyard, and she doesn't really clean in the house that often. Does it have everything to do with what you said earlier? Yes, it is related somewhat. Please do not tell Nason. She is rather self-conscious of her lack of ability. Question mark? Lack of ability? Kohaku-san doesn't lack an ability. She's a wonderful cook and knows so much about medicine, right? Ah, Okay, I think I get the gag here. That is, everyone has things suited and not suited for them. Nae-san really seems to enjoy herself in cleaning, but she's too rambunctious and is very dangerous when she tries to do cleaning and maintenance in the mansion. Dangerous, Hisui? Putting it that way is... That doesn't seem to fit Hisui either. Shiki-sama, you do not understand, so it is easy for you to say that. Nae-san has tried to excuse the breaking of several items all in the name of cleaning, and not just 10 or 20 times. Wow, okay, that is a lot. She becomes serious, her cleaning becomes more like a whirlwind. She has that sort of talent. As she speaks, I can almost see a fiery aura form around Hisui. It seems that she has been the victim of Kohaku-san's cleaning many times. I see. I'm quite surprised. Yes, Nae-san knows about it too. After Akiya-sama and I discussed it, we decided and told her it was better for her to work outside in the garden or do other non-cleaning chores. She was very down and disheartened back then. Well, if she did break things and was told not to clean, I guess she would seem a little disappointed. I still can't quite picture that happy Kohaku-san looking down. So, please do not discuss cleaning indoors with Kohaku-san, Shiki-sama. If Nae-san doesn't do that, then she really is fine. Yes? Did you call me? Ah! Hisui and I both freeze. Speak of the devil. Kohaku-san walks in from the kitchen. Nae-san, is there something you need? Yes, I needed another hand, so I thought maybe Shiki-san could come help me, blah 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 blah. Smiling, Kohaku-san faces me. But it seems I was too late. Shiki-san, please continue helping Hisui-chan. Nae-san, Shiki-sama is not really helping me at the moment. Hisui responds very matter-of-factly. Well, that's how it is. She did phrase it kind of rudely, though. Ah, is that so? Then Shiki-san, are you free? That's right. If you need another hand, I'll lend you one. But I'm not sure if I'd be any help. I don't ever cook or anything. Not at all. It is something anyone can do. Come on, please lend me a hand. Kohaku-san takes my hand and pulls me with her. Hisui watches it all silently. This is gonna go great. The kitchen is smaller than I expected. They probably had a much bigger galley when there were many people living in the mansion, but with just Akiya, Hisui, Kohaku-san, and I, they had the smaller kitchen prepared. Here, please wash your hands and use this apron. I don't know whose taste this is a reflection of, but she hands me an apron that says, "Quiet, unsociable person" on it. Where did they even get that? I'll start you off with a simple task, Shiki-san. Is she trying to tell Shiki something? When it's all done, I have another task just for you. Kohaku-san is in a good mood. First, I have to take the shells off all these shrimp. Wick, wick, wick. The sound of a knife lightly hitting the cutting board. Kohaku-san's humming fills the kitchen. Oh, that was humming. She must be immersed in cooking because she doesn't say much. As for me, I actually enjoy peeling the shrimp and keep on peeling the skin. You know, this really brings back memories. Before the incident before I left the mansion, I played like this several times with Kohaku-san and Akiya. We were young then, and we didn't even think about how we were of the opposite gender. We were just in this spacious mansion, and all we knew was the continuous fun of every day. We played around so much, we forgot about all the things that bothered us before. Or maybe in order to forget the bothersome past, we tried to pass our days with as much fun as possible. Shiki-san, you really have taken a liking to peeling those shrimp, haven't you? Huh? No, not really. Why do you ask? Because you look like you're having so much fun. You know, Hisui-chan, her eyebrows would always be so scrunched up by the time she gets done. The big shell, yes. Yeah, the big shell incident. Really? I'm surprised. She looks like the type that would do it without complaint. Yeah, for some reason Hisui-chan is poor at cooking, but she is really great at cleaning and arranging things. Oh? I seem to have heard something like that before. Yeah, just now, actually, from Hisui. They're all terrible at unique things. Well, come to think of it, you and Hisui are different in your own ways. Kohaku-san, you were always cheerful while Hisui stayed in the mansion back then. Oh, did I look that cheerful? I thought I was always watching you all, though. Yeah, I remember. You would always run around with us, but you would tell us to stop doing dangerous things and look out for us. Ah, I really do remember. Playing tag in the courtyard of the mansion? Trying as hard as we could to catch my old man's carp in the pond. Hey, remember that time? The time we left the mansion from the gate, right? We didn't know the way to get back, and you ended up calling the mansion, and one of the mansion servants had to come pick us up. Do you remember what day it is tomorrow, Shiki? Oh no. Yes, and after that, Makihisa-sama really did yell at you. Everyone was playing with you, but somehow you ended up being the only one. Shiki-san, no matter how much you get yelled at, you always said it was your own fault. Oh, it is so nostalgic. We did so many things, but in the end, you always saved Akiya-sama and me from getting in trouble. She giggles as she speaks aloud. What's this? Talking about old times. I really feel like I have returned now. That's right. I really don't have too many memories of this mansion, but talking about old times honestly makes me feel nostalgic. But my memories aren't just happy ones. But I did treat Hisui poorly. That girl who was always in the corner of my heart. In the end, I was never able to have a true conversation with that girl by the window. That girl, she was always watching us from the window. Always, it struck me. That lonely face looking down, I always thought it would be great if she could come and play. But still, before I left the mansion, she gave me that one parting gift. That's right. She was always shy even then, so I never knew what she was thinking. I always thought if Hisui-chan was happy, it wouldn't matter what happened to me. Oh, Kohaku-san, you really are a good older sister. I'm feeling happy, so I give an answer like that. Ah, all of a sudden, with a short sound, Kohaku-san lifts her hand. I can see she cut her finger with the kitchen knife. Kohaku-san, your finger. Ah? After I say that, she seems to realize she cut her finger. Oh, uh-oh. Ah, that's true. That's true? Hey, Kohaku-san. I don't believe this. Even I can see the cut is really deep, but Kohaku-san is still slow-paced. How embarrassing. How am I supposed to be such a good chef? I am supposed to be such a good chef. Haha. Kohaku-san gives her normal laugh. Okay, this is a little weird. This is no laughing matter. We have to take care of it right away. It's fine. It isn't life-threatening or anything. But we can't just leave it alone. Geez, cutting it like that, doesn't it hurt? No, not at all. If I think it doesn't hurt, then it won't hurt. If I think this isn't my finger, and that it's just the finger of some doll, then I won't feel pain, right? Okay. We're getting into some stuff, aren't we? There's some stuff going on here. What? With a smile, Kohaku-san says something pretty outlandish. That's right. Okay, they haven't mentioned strings yet in relation to dolls. We're safe for now. We had it once. I didn't think it would happen again. We're gonna wait. Well, I'm sure if you think it that way, it won't hurt as much, but you can't get rid of it all. Look, let's just get it taken care of. I'm a little weak when it comes to blood, so if I have an anemic fit right here, it'll be your fault, Kohaku-san. I see, then I should take care of it right away. Well then, Shiki-san, excuse me for a moment. The whole time her smile never cracks, and giving me a bow with her head, she leaves the kitchen. Oh, a scene we've already seen. See? I told you so. What's bad, you say? Hisui was bad. Kohaku-san and Akiya seem to be already used to drinking alcohol, but as far as Hisui is concerned, it was her first time seriously drinking. Still, she drank to keep me company, trying hard to finish her glass. Okay, so I guess there was the dinner scene. And then after that, instead of hanging out with Akiya, we're hanging out with Hisui. And this was what happened. Hisui, there's no reason for you to force yourself to drink like that. Hisui nods, and then she takes the glass to her lips and looks around aimlessly. No matter how much I try to stop her, Hisui keeps sipping out of her glass. I don't really understand it, but perhaps Hisui has taken a liking to alcohol. And then, With that, Hisui curls onto the sofa like a cat. Okay. You can't be doing that, Hisui-chan. If you sleep there, you'll catch a cold. Come on, Akiya-sama, please don't complain. With a smile, Kohaku-san talks to the sleeping Akiya and Hisui. Seems Kohaku-san is drunk too. It really was your first time, wasn't it, Hisui? Yes, Hisui-chan has always been pretty weak with alcohol. Usually she takes a sip and she turns completely red. Kawaku-san laughs brightly. It seems like we have quite a problem, don't we? Yes, Hisui-chan always turns down alcohol, but since Shiki-san offered, she pushed herself. She was normally not very sociable, so I guess she at least tried to keep you company. Isn't my sister so cute? But bam, Kawaku-san slaps my back. Kawaku-san is quite drunk too. Oh boy. Good times. I guess this wraps up the night. Aki is hammered and Hisui's all curled up. Hammered? What is that? Nissan, please don't use words that I can't understand. Aki complains in a murmuring voice. Seems that Agia doesn't like things she doesn't understand. That's all good, but it seems when she's drunk she doesn't understand anything. Consequently, she is turned into a complaining machine. Well then, I will carry Akia-sama, so Shiki-san, could you please take care of Hisui-chan? I don't think Kawaku should be carrying anyone right now. Wait a second, Kawaku-san. I can't touch Hisui. I just brushed against her earlier and she hit me. That's right. Now that you mention it, Hisui-chan is a little obsessed about cleanliness. Even just holding hands with a man will cause her to throw up. Ew, gross. If you hold her, I suppose there would be a problem. Just holding hands and throwing up? That goes beyond just being obsessed with cleanliness. I thought she was strange 8 years ago, but Hisui... But if Hisui-chan is sleeping, then it will be okay. Well, Akia-sama, let's get you back to your room. What? Wait, Kohaku-san? She doesn't respond. With Akia over her shoulder, she disappears out of the dining room. What she left behind, a mountain of uneaten food, a mountain of empty bottles, and the contentedly sleeping Hisui, who is breathing softly on the sofa. It truly is autumn. Sleeping there like that, she will certainly catch a cold. Is it okay to touch Hisui like this? But it can't be helped. I don't have any bad intentions, but I do have to get her up to her room. Sorry, you can be mad at me later. I lift up the sleeping Hisui. With just that, my heart begins to pound. Light. Just like I thought, Hisui is very light. Her delicate body fits in my arms. Softness and the warmth of her body. This isn't good. I have to take her to her room quickly or I'll be the one in trouble. Alright, let's not be gross. Come on, dude. Please don't be gross around drunk women. Come on, there's only so much of this I can take throughout this entire visual novel. Nasu, I'm on my hands and knees begging for relief here. So as not to wake Hisui, I slowly carry her out of the dining room. I turn the doorknob to Hisui's room and I stop, stunned. No way, it's locked. The key must be in Hisui's pocket, right? This is bad. No, it's just reaching my hand in her pocket, but it's bad. If I did that, who knows where my mind will go? Come on, dude. Be normal. Oh well, that's how it is. Fortunately, both Hisui's room and my room are on the second floor. So, I came back to my room with Hisui still in my arms. There we go. I placed Hisui on my bed. I guess she really pushed herself drinking alcohol, as she does not wake up. Well, what should I do now? Huh? Am I that tired from carrying Hisui? I fall to the carpet. Ugh. It seems like the alcohol is having an effect on me, too. It's true, I am reading early Nasu for your sins. This is your punishment. I have to suffer along with you. Seems like the alcohol is having an effect on me, too. Suddenly, I start to feel very dizzy. Well, whatever. I hadn't really planned on doing anything anyway. Even when I go to sleep on the floor like this, I don't think anyone will complain. Good night, Shiki. Oh, is it another murder dream or the other dream? Something seems very familiar. An old Japanese-style room. A dark room. That's an extremely old memory. When I was very young, I wasn't used to the new people that took me in, so I locked myself up in my room. I didn't care for anything. I didn't want to talk to anyone. Always alone, and I wanted to be swaddled in the cradle of my happy memories. Even if I knew there would be nothing like that for me ever again, I still wanted to do so. Knock knock came a sound. Who is it? It's me. She came again. The girl around my age was knocking on the door again. Shiki-chan, let's play. You'll get moldy if you stay in a place like that. I don't wanna. I don't like going outside. Hugging my knees, I huddle in a corner of the dark room. That girl came every day. She would always knock, never getting tired of it. She would never force me out, so she would not open the door, but just continued to call my name. Why won't you come outside? Because there's no one that I know outside. Everyone hates me outside. That's not true. Everyone wants to like you, Shiki-kun. Everyone wants to like you, Shiki-kun. Yes, I knew that, but I couldn't believe it. Because my father went outside and he was torn to pieces. I see. No wonder you can't believe anyone. Yeah, that's why I'll always stay here. I don't want any more scary things happening. But you'll just be by yourself all that time. Being by yourself is no fun. Even if it's no fun, it is better than being scared. That's not fun at all. Then, Shiki-chan, you can believe in me. You say I can believe in you. That's a little backwards. Don't people normally say, I believe you? It's okay. Shiki-chan, you can believe in me and come out. Fine, but believe. What should I believe in? Simple. Even if everyone hates you, I will still like you, Shiki-chan. Because I like you, I will always come and ask you to play. Is outside fun? Yeah, it's much, much more fun than being by yourself. And then I went outside. Come to think of it, that was my first memory as Tonoshiki. So we're getting these flashbacks sooner because now the story is like, now you know about the Nanaya thing. Day 5, Killer 1. A bright light floods my consciousness. As I open my eyes, the morning light shines through the window. I wake from my dream. I don't quite remember it, but I remember vaguely watching a dream. It was very nostalgic. The smell of tatami. Is that what it was? Huh? That's strange. Even though I'm awake, I still smell a nice scent. Shiki. I hear a voice by my ear. Huh? Sensing something besides me, my dozing eyes fly open. Hi, Hisui. I knew this. I figured that. Shh! I frantically stop my surprised shout. I don't know why, but Hisui is sleeping in my bed. And that's not all. At the same time, leaning right up against me is her completely unguarded, sleeping face. Oh no, how embarrassing. Tense as I am, I can't say a thing. My sleepiness disappears in a flash. What's going on? Moving just my neck, I glance around. Without a doubt, this is my room. Hisui lies there, breathing softly. Let's see, I try to remember what happened yesterday, but that's not important. Hisui's breathing is on my chest. Her peaceful, sleeping face. For now, just being able to see that so closely makes me not care about anything else. I'm completely absorbed. It's not that I didn't realize it before, but Hisui is really pretty. It's not that she just has a beautiful face. Rather, her graceful atmosphere. I can't help but think that it is pretty. Hisui, if I could, I would like to stay this way forever. Ugh. Gag me. But that can't happen. Besides, unless Hisui wakes up soon, there will be a lot of trouble. Hisui. Hey, Hisui. I call, but she doesn't seem to wake up. Hey, it's morning. Isn't it time to get up? I gently shake Hisui. Hisui! Wake up, Hisui! Hisui's fingers start to twitch. Hisui's eyelids slowly open like melting ice. Waveringly, stretching out her arms, Hisui wakes up. She looks around the room, rubbing her eyes for a few seconds. Hisui finally grasps the fact that she is in my room and the fact that I am right in front of her. Ah! Hisui jumps up from the bed. Shiki-sama, why am I can't explain it very well, but do you remember about last night? About last night? Hisui starts to think, and all of a sudden, Hisui's cheeks turn red. You remembered? Yes, I caused you a lot of trouble, Shiki-sama. With flushed cheeks, Hisui looks right at me. Sorry about that. I went to your room, but it was locked, and I couldn't enter. I thought you could sleep in my room while I went to get Kohaku-san, but the alcohol got to me, and just like that, I fell asleep. Yeah, that's exactly how I remember it, except you were on the floor? I don't know how you got in the bed, whatever. But that's odd. Last night I thought for sure. That's odd, I thought I went to sleep on the carpet, but sometime during the night I must have got on the bed. I wasn't thinking of doing anything weird to you, Hisui. I just now woke up too. Hisui stares at me silently. I mean it. I didn't have a choice. Kohaku-san had to take care of Akia, and I couldn't just leave you alone like that. I apologize for holding you, and I was ready for you to get mad at me for doing that. Trying to answer Hisui's direct gaze, and I try to blah blah. I try my utmost to explain. Hisui doesn't answer. She just looks over her clothes and nods. It appears that way. My clothing does not appear to be tampered with. You are innocent, Shiki-sama. Good. I breathe a sigh of relief. And I think the one who placed you on the bed was me. I woke up once during the night and saw you sleeping on the floor. I did not want you to catch a cold, so I remember getting you to sleep on the bed. For real? If that's true, then that would explain why I was in bed, but why was Hisui sleeping on the bed too? Please forgive me. I was still a little drunk, and I thought that since there was a bed in front of me, I wouldn't need to go back to my room. Embarrassed, Hisui explains what happened. I see. Certainly that's how you think when you are drunk. Haha. I start to laugh for some reason. Very embarrassing for everyone involved. Let's never talk about this again. Embarrassed, Hisui drops her shoulders. Why is it? Even though I was only sleeping next to her, I got so conscious of Hisui, I am unable to say anything clearly. Anyway, let's just keep this a secret between us. If Akia knew about it, she'd get angry, and if Kohaku-san knew about it, she'd just tease us about it relentlessly. Yes, if Shiki-sama will allow it, then it will help me as well. Yeah, sorry, Hisui. If I was more responsible, this thing would never have happened. I say sorry and bow my head to her. Nothing did happen, but it's still a fact that I carried a girl to my room and slept next to her. No matter what Hisui says, I think I'm responsible. Not at all. It is my fault. If I were more responsible, then you would never have had to worry about any of this, Shiki-sama. No, it's okay. Anyway, I just want to apologize. I'd actually feel better if you say something like, Shiki-sama is a jerk. You have every right to, though I don't think you'd say something like that. Professor Xavier is a jerk. It's like that. Yes. That kind of order would be very troubling, wouldn't it? So let me apologize. If you don't let me, then I will never trust you with anything again. Hisui just stares at me, deep in thought. Shiki-sama is really clumsy, are you not? Hisui says it's an awfully kind voice, different from before. Well then, I'll say Shiki-sama is at fault this time. I'll have to let you make up for this sometime, so please do not forget. Hisui? If you will please excuse me. Shiki-sama, please hurry to the sitting room or you will be late. Hisui gives a perfect bow and exits the room. I just remained there on my bed, mouth open and in stunned silence. She smiled. For that instant, it seemed like time itself had stopped. This isn't good. This is really not good. All she did was smile, but why am I so stunned? Anyways, moving on from that, I go to the sitting room and see Hisui standing there. Akia has already eaten breakfast and is drinking tea, and it seems that Kohaku-san is in the kitchen. Good morning, Nisan. You're up very early this morning, aren't you? This morning there was a little trouble. I stopped short and steal a glance at Hisui's face. Don't look at her. Well, I just happened to wake up early today. But you're pretty impressive too, Akia, to still wake up this early as drunk as you were yesterday. Of course. You should always drink considering the next day, so there's no reason to oversleep because of it. Really? But you were pretty hammered last night. Maybe you have more breakdown enzymes than a normal person, Akia. If that's so, I'm a little jealous. Nisan, what are these breakdown enzymes? Well, I'll make it short. After alcohol enters the body, I guess it changes to some kind of poison. The poison is processed by the liver by these enzymes that break down the alcohol into water. The amount of enzymes in each person is different, and Japanese people tend to have less than others. You can say that those have less enzymes that have less enzymes have to moderate a little. This is an unexpected science lesson. Akia looks impressed. I am a little surprised. You seem to know quite a bit, Nisan. No, not really. I just have a bad friend that drinks. Oh, okay, that explains it. That's all. That explains it. It's Arihiko's influence. Is that so? It seems like you were not drinking that much last night, though. That's because I'm one of those people that I have to moderate. Since my bad friend simply downs his drinks, I have to always stay sober to take care of him. By the way, this bad friend I'm talking about is no other than Inui Haruhiko. Oh, thanks. I couldn't have guessed. I don't really understand it, but it seems like your private life is very fun indeed. Why that all of a sudden? Why do you bring that up? Nissan, your face seems so happy just now. You didn't show that face last night. Well, it is true that last night was more surprising than it was fun. Shiki-san, breakfast is ready. With excellent timing, Kawaku-san's voice cuts in. I'll be right there. Well, I gotta go, Akia. Yeah, it's weird that Akia just doesn't know how alcohol works. I don't know. Whatever. After finishing breakfast, I head to the sitting room to find Akia gone. Huh? Hisui, where is Akia? Akia-sama left for school right after you went to the dining room, Shiki-sama. Oh yeah, Akia's school is far, isn't it? Well, I shouldn't be standing around either. Yes, I will bring you your bag right away. Hisui disappears towards the lobby. I stare listlessly behind her. Hee hee. Shiki-san, what happened last night? What do you mean, Kawaku-san? Oh my, I see you're blushing. Something must have happened, didn't it? No, nothing happened at all. Go ahead, ask Hisui. Is that so? It seems like you have become pretty good friends with Hisui-chan. Kawaku-san tilts her head to the side. I became good friends with Hisui? That's something I'd like to hear about myself. Shiki-sama, I have your bag ready. Please get ready to leave the mansion as you do not have much time left. Yeah, I'm coming. Later, Kawaku-san. See you this evening. Yes, I look forward to it. She's so quirky. I hate her. That's not true. I don't hate her. She's great. I'll come back later today, so I'll be around 4 o'clock. Oh, and you don't have to wait here. I understand. Please be careful on your way, Shiki-sama. Thanks. I'll be going now, Hisui. Waving a hand to the bowing Hisui, I dash down the street. I get to the classroom and the class starts uneventfully, as always. There's no one at Yumizuka's desk. Even though a classmate is gone forever, class life remains unchanged. I become a little uneasy. Because of Hisui, I had forgotten all about that. Perhaps because of that incident? With that uneasiness, my thoughts drift towards the sky. Before I realized it, the school day was over. I let out a sigh. I don't really feel like seeing Arihiko or Senpai. Right now, it seems I'm just more at ease in the Tono mansion than in school. Almost like we're in some sort of route focused on that instead of other things. I enter the lobby and immediately encounter Hisui. Welcome back, Shiki-sama. I'm home, Hisui. Are Kawaku-san and Akia here? Akia-sama has not returned yet. Nei-san will most likely be in the rear courtyard sweeping. As usual. Well, I'll be in my room. Please continue whatever you were doing. Yes, please excuse me. I head up the stairs to the second floor. Shiki-sama? I will be in Makihisa-sama's room sorting things out. If you need me, please call for me. Ooh. Well, actually, we did get to see Makihisa's room at the very end of Akia's room, when he was, like, searching through his diary and stuff. But I wonder if we'll see anything more interesting this time. Because, I mean, come on. You can't just drop a line like that and not be like, oh, we're never going there. Hisui disappears towards the east of the end of the mansion. Putting down my bag, I take off my jacket. Well then, there's still time until evening, so what should I do? Go see Hisui. I'll go see Hisui, but Hisui doesn't let me help her, and I don't want to get in her way. What should I do? I don't want to be a burden, but for some reason, I want to see her. Ah, that reminds me. I still need to give her back the ribbon. Hisui said she'd forgotten about it, but the ribbon is hers. There's really no point in me holding on to it, so I should give it back. Oh, it's nice to know that he did keep it. I wasn't sure if he even kept it. In the old man's room, Hisui is arranging books. Even though it is no longer being used, his room is still being cleaned like before. Hisui, can I have a minute? Ah, Shiki-sama. Yes, what is it? I know we talked about this earlier, but I thought I should give this back. I pull out the ribbon Hisui gave me 8 years ago. Hisui, so you honestly don't want it? No, I will take it. It is important to me, after all. Taking the ribbon, Hisui becomes silent. I can't talk to her. The Hisui in front of me right now looks very much like the Hisui from 8 years ago, distant from the ones around her. Shiki-sama, is this all you came to do? I can't seem to speak, so I just nod. In that case, please return to your room. I still have some work remaining. Hisui walks towards the center of the room. Hisui, did that ribbon have any special meaning? This 8-year period? I think I may have finally fulfilled my promise, even if it was too late. Then, I'll go back to my room. See you later, Hisui. With that, I leave the room. Good job, you accomplished nothing. After dinner, I return to my room. It's 10 at night. Since I have tea with Akiya and the others after dinner, it's already time for bed. I'm not really tired, but my body feels sluggish. It seems like I've finally gotten used to life in this mansion. Expressionless Hisui, bright and cheery Kohaku, and Akiya, who's just the worst, who worries over me constantly. Certainly, getting used to this lifestyle is fun. It seems like I've returned to the me that existed 8 years ago. I never had a chance to relax this much when living with the Arimas. The Arimas have a child in middle school as well, but we were always distant and we never really had a chance to talk. Good old Baji Kwan little girl. She'll beat your ass. I really am sleepy. Changing into my pajamas, I lie down in bed. I'll go to bed early, wake up early, and give Akiya quite a surprise. Not unless you have another murder dream, you won't. Huh? All of a sudden, I find myself in town. Midnight. I walk through the empty town. I pant heavily. For some reason, I'm out of breath. With bloodshot eyes, I am looking at people walking down the street. Foolish people, walking the street so carelessly even though the killer has not been caught. Do they think that they're special and won't get killed? Or maybe they want to die but are unable to kill themselves and want someone to kill them. Well, it's probably the latter. A group of people that I don't know continues to walk by. That's not the person. That's not the person. That's not the person. I diligently stare at them one by one, but shake my head. That's not the person. That's not the person. That's not the person. I still can't find that person. I definitely heard what this person looks like, but I can't seem to find that person. I'm getting a little annoyed. Not here. Not here. Not here. Not here. Why? Not here. Not here. Not here. Not here. I start panting even more. It's really ticking me off. Why isn't that person here? 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 I've decided. Tonight, I'll change my plan. Anyone will do. Maybe he's looking for Arquid? I don't know. If I can kill, anyone will do. Once more, I want to taste that wonderful sensation. He is so normal. There, a girl with long hair walks by. Akiya! Yeah, that is Akiya. Akiha, my sister. My beautiful sister, only mine. That is what I want. Oh, okay, that's all Katsushiki. Red text is all Katsushiki. Blue text is Nanaya, I think. I think that's what I'm determining. My sister, only mine. She is definitely mine, and mine only. I kill her from behind, taking care not to damage her body. Holding her long hair, I drag her body. Heavy breathing. Biting into her neck, I suck her blood. My breath becomes wild. This murder is different than the others. Akiya. Just thinking this is Akiya makes it feel so wonderful. My brain becomes numb. I get fully aroused. Blah. As I suck her blood, sucking every last drop of blood, my entire body responds. Huh? When it's all over, I realize it. Who is this person? This isn't Akiya at all. I'm angry. Even though I sliced the body into pieces, I'm still mad. Imposter. God damn it. This imposter is pissing me off.
I've used up extra energy. The night isn't that long. Once it becomes morning, Shiki will awaken. I'm tired tonight. I'll start again tomorrow. Yeah, that'll do. That's what I'll do. Now then, before the morning comes, before anyone realizes, I must go back to my own bed. I'm gonna take a quick break to refill my schwatter. So just give me 1 second, okay, minions? I'll be right back. Don't no, not the Amogus emojis. Okay. So yeah, it'll just be a minute, and then I'll be right back. Put that there. Okay. That's right, Killer 2. Only 5 more until Killer 7. We'll get there. Give me a second. Just 1 minute. I don't know about you, minions, but you might have guessed this, but reading out loud for hours at a time is thirsty work, I must say. Hello, I'm back. We're moving on to the 6th day. We're kind of blazing through Hisui's route. It's because there's so many repeated scenes, I suppose. We're practically halfway through because there's 11 days. Ah, I gasped for air. It's morning now. This is my room. Up until now, I've been here, just like this, and I should have been sleeping. You feel the stuff that happened in Tsukihime would actually be a case in the silver case. I actually bought the silver case on Steam a few months ago. It was on sale. That's definitely one of the visual novels I'm intending to read soonish. It looks really good. My forehead is hurting. Dream. I had a terrible dream. A dream where I killed someone. A dream where I killed for pleasure. Hot. My throat is burning. My body feels like lead in my hands. The feeling of breaking someone's neck still lingers on my hands. That can't be. That can't be. That was a dream. Unmistakably a dream. But are dreams really that vivid? I remember it so vividly. The street in the dead of night, the feeling of snapping someone's neck, the stickiness of blood gurgling down my throat, the face of the woman so cruelly killed. But it's merely a dream. Since I'm here, it had to have been a dream. But the problem is, I am dreaming that I'm having fun killing people. You and I are the same, Shiki-kun. Before my eyes, the world starts spinning. Someone who can't resist the pleasure from killing. And that crazy speed. Excuse me, Hisui says as she enters the room. Good morning. Seems that you have already awakened, Shiki-sama. Ah, morning, Hisui. The world stopped spinning. As soon as Hisui spoke, the whirlpool I was trapped in disappeared like an illusion. Shiki-sama? What is it, Hisui? How are you feeling this morning? You are not saying anything. Sorry, I was just staring at you. Don't come. Okay, could you phrase that any other way, my man? I understand, I have to go back to school. I'll go to the sitting room right away, so wait for me there. Shiki-sama, you're not feeling well. Please do not push yourself. Your health is more important than school. Haha, no way, Hisui. I can't skip school. It's nothing, really. So don't spoil me like that. No, please rest. I will tell Akiya-sama, so please rest. Hisui is unusually persistent. Does my face look that haggard? Hisui, you worry too much. It really is nothing at all, so don't worry about it. I'll just wash my face, so please wait for me in the sitting room. Getting out of bed, I walk past Hisui, who seems like she wants to say more. Leaving the room, it is a little painful seeing Hisui watch me with such uneasiness in her eyes. I look in the mirror in the bathroom. I don't look like I'm sick. Why is Hisui worrying so much? I splash cold water onto my face. Just thinking about the dream I had last night makes me want to puke and not go to school. But if I stay home from school because of that, that will just be like confirming something, which makes me feel uneasy. Aki and Kohaku-san are in the sitting room, and Hisui is standing nearby. As usual, I'm the last one to enter the room. Good morning, Shiki-san. No way! It isn't even 6:30 yet. Kohaku-san looks towards me with a soft smile, while Akiya gets up from the sofa and gapes at me in surprise. Come on, it's not that surprising. Good morning, Kohaku-san. Oh, and Akiya too. What do you mean, Akiya too? Well, Akiya too means Akiya too. That should be enough for someone who's so surprised to see me get up early when you tell me to get up early every day. Get owned, nerd. I see. Nissan, you wake up early for once, and now you triumphantly walk around with your head held high. Head held high, Akiya. Head, neck, knees, shoulders, and toes. Neck? I remember the sensations from my dreams that feel like vomiting. Sorry, Kohaku-san. I don't mean to be blah blah. I don't mean to be a bother, but could you get me something cold to drink before I eat? Not at all. Would you like soda or fruit juice? I'll have a soda, please. Coming right up. Kohaku-san disappears towards the kitchen. Nissan, you're not arguing back. Are you feeling alright? Jeez, you and even Hisui, what do you think I am? I just woke up early and my throat is dry. There isn't anything wrong with me. Trying to resist the urge to vomit, I shout back. I'm sorry, Nissan, but there is obviously something wrong and I want to help. No, that's not it. The fact that you're worried about me makes me really happy. I just had a really bad nightmare last night and my mind is elsewhere, that's all. I'm sorry, Akia. I'm the one who should be apologized. I sit down on the sofa. I know that something's wrong with me, but I can't do anything about it. Nissan, is there something bothering you? If it's something to do with this mansion, please tell me, and I'm sure I can be of help. Nissan, where's our usual banter? Where's your funny attitude? Where's that misogyny I have come to know and love? No, it isn't that I'm not used to living here. That's right. Maybe if I ask her indirectly, it might help me feel better. I decide to talk with her about it. I decide that it's better to do it than not. Besides, I keep on thinking for the worst since I'm keeping this to myself. Well, then let me ask you a question. If someone does things they know they shouldn't do, would that be a result of stress? Doing something they know they shouldn't do? Is it a recurring problem or just an accident? Well, it's more like an accident. It seems that the person really isn't that conscious. So you mean they're doing things while unconscious so they can't stop themselves from doing it? That's right, they can't stop. They can't even get themselves to think about stopping. In that case, it sounds like a personality inversion. Personality inversion? You mean their personality gets reversed? Yes. For whatever reason, something triggers a change in the person and their entire moral spectrum. Their whole attitude gets reversed. That sounds like a real thing, that not just something you just made up just now. That's real. It may be termed a disease of the mind. Don't you remember, Nissan? Father was usually a very kind person, but sometimes he would just turn cold as ice. The old man was... Come to think of it, Tono Makihisa was extremely kind one day and extremely strict the next. I don't remember that well. Do you remember Hisui? I look at Hisui, who's standing by the wall, and... It looks like Hisui is trying to contain herself and can't hear my voice. Akia-sama, please don't talk about any of that. Makihisa-sama was just a little manic-depressive, that's all. You keep... It seems like they can't decide on what problem they want to give Makihisa. Like, I know these are all kind of related, but they say bipolar, manic-depressive. These aren't all the same thing, you know. Kohaku-san says this as she brings a silver tray with a glass on it. You shouldn't say bad things about those who have departed. And besides, Makihisa-sama is your father, too. I know. I don't need you to tell me that. It could be a translation issue, yeah. Akia joins Hisui in silence. Here you go, Shiki-san. Thanks for waiting. Kohaku-san puts the glass of lemon squash onto the table. Ooh, delicious lemon squash. Is that like Sprite? Thanks. Using a straw, I let the cool drink fill my body. Shiki a Sprite drinker? The rest of the time, Akia and Hisui never open their mouths. The only cheerful one in the sitting room is Kohaku-san. I don't understand why everyone became so depressed, but the old man is definitely connected to it. Please be careful on your way, Shiki-sama. I'll be going. Hisui? Yes, what is it, Shiki-sama? When we were talking earlier about my old man, you were deathly quiet. Not just you, but Akia as well. Did something happen to that old man in the 8 years I was gone? You and Aki were both acting strange earlier. Hisui doesn't answer. I see. Well, I won't force you to answer. If you ever feel like it, we can talk about it. No, this is not something that concerns you, Shiki-sama. Shiki-sama, if you are going to live in this mansion, please do not ever mention Nakihisa-sama again. Oh boy, I'm sure nothing terrible happened between them. After Hisui's eyes flash for a brief instant, she heads back to the mansion. It's like, wow, she hates Shiki's dad and doesn't like being touched. I wonder what it means. It's lunchtime. As usual, Arihiko is skipping school. I'll go eat at the cafeteria. If I eat by myself, I'll just end up being depressed. If I go eat in the cafeteria full of people, it should help me get my mind off of things. A lot less Arihiko in this route, very disappointing. As expected, the cafeteria is packed. After waiting in a long line, I buy the tried and true meal set A and walk to a table. The students' voices are pretty loud, so I am able to concentrate on just eating my meal. I use my fork and eat in silence. And then, for a moment, I see a terrible image. Question mark? Is that the television screen? I gape at the large television mounted on the wall at the end of the cafeteria. At my school, they record the morning news and replay it at lunch. I just stare dumbfounded at the news broadcast that is several hours late. No way. I watch the news in amazed horror. Shown in the television is the alley that I saw last night in my dream. The newscaster is talking. On the screen, the words, "Vampire serial killer's ninth victim" appears in bloody lettering. After that, the face of the victim appears. I guess that is the morning news for you. The woman... There's a scene in Garden of Sinners where Natsu doesn't understand how weed works. Now I'm really excited to watch that, if that scene's in the movie versions. The woman with the long hair, she was definitely the one I killed in my dream. It is awesome. I'm so excited now. I'm more excited than I have ever been. Suddenly, I start to feel faint. How come? That was a dream. It had to be a dream. But in reality, the same person as in my dream, in the same place as my dream, is killed in the same way as my dream. The vampire should be gone already. I killed Yumizuka with my own hands. Those killings, they shouldn't be happening anymore. I killed? Yes, I killed. Just like the time I killed Yumizuka. While breathing hard last night, that woman I've never met. Didn't I tell you, Shiki-kun? It's useless to resist it. Squashing the urge to throw out my lunch, I stagger out of my seat. I can't go back to class. I somehow find myself running into town. What's with Nasu and serial killer protagonists? I don't know. Every character in this is some sort of insane person. So I think that just Nasu just likes writing unhinged people. Yeah, Japan's relationship with weed is, it's not hard to understand why someone might not know how it works. I come to the place I saw in my dream. There are several policemen around the area, and tape reading "Police line do not cross" is stretched across the alley. Exactly the same. Without a doubt, this is the place I went to in my dream. No, that's not a dream. I can't delude myself into thinking it is a dream any longer. Even if I stay here longer, the cops will only stare at me. I can't go back to school now. I guess I'll go back to the mansion. That's true. There were a lot of horror flavoring in VMs at this time. That much I know. Since it's not even 2 o'clock yet, Hisui isn't waiting in the lobby. Like, I know a lot of When They Cry visual novels by Ryukishi have a lot of horror elements. Since it's not even 2 o'clock yet, Hisui isn't waiting in the lobby. I can say I got lucky. I don't feel like seeing anyone right now. Giving a deep breath, I collapse onto my bed. I just don't understand any of this at all. I have dreams where I kill people. In reality, the same killings has happened. I am living today like living a normal life. I was taking delight in killing people in my dreams. Just which one? Which is the real Tonoshiki? Do you really have to ask? That voice again. Come on, let's continue, Shiki. That voice that echoes inside my head. My voice. Night comes every day. For sure, we'll find the one we want someday, right? Shut up! I leap out of bed. I breathe wildly. Just now, I was lusting after Akia. Gross. I feel like I'm going to vomit. Yes, you should. I don't ever think about these things normally, but when I try to sleep, these weird thoughts pop up in my head. It's almost as if there's someone else inside my brain. Ah, come to think of it, Akia said something like that earlier. That was about my old man would have extreme personality shifts. It sounds almost like me right now. Of course, like father, like son. It might even be hereditary. My old man's room. I think they still keep it like before. Let's go to the old man's room. My old man's room is just like it always was. Nearly all of the rows of books are educational reports and nothing catches my attention. What I want right now is my old man's journal or notes. That old man was extremely methodical. There certainly has to be something like that lying around here somewhere. Of course, they're not just laying about where anyone can see them. Maybe they're locked away somewhere. I should probably look in these desk drawers first. Using a letter opener lying on the desk, I cut the line of the drawer lock. Inside, there appears to be some old documents bundled together in what seems to be a journal. First, I'll look at the old documents. This is my family tree? Definitely. Right after Tono Makihisa is written Tono Shiki and Tono Akiha. Huh, my old man. He adopted a son 10 years ago? Ah, but he had passed away shortly thereafter. 10 years ago, that would be when I was just in elementary school. That long ago, it's only natural I wouldn't remember. But the heads of the household have had pretty short lifespans. My old man died before he was 50, and before that, before 30 in an accident. Wow, before that, 18 years of age suicide? No, wait a second. No matter how you look at it, this is strange. Wait, this just means that, well, I guess it could have been a sibling. I was going to say that 18-year-old had a kid before he died, but I guess it could have been a sibling. No matter how you look at it, this is strange. Looking through this family tree, all members of the Tono household have died strangely. Madness, accidents, murder, disappearances, stillbirth. Not one of them lived a long life or even died peacefully. What? This entire document is filled with horrible fates. Even worse, most of the causes of death are madness. Most of them ended up taking their own lives. That's strange. It's just strange. But I can't exactly tell what's strange about it. Next is my old man's journal. I pick up the journal, which has a relatively new binding. Thump. My heart starts to pound. My heart seems to understand that I shouldn't be opening this, but I can't turn back now. Swallowing hard, I open my old man's journal. There is a demon lurking inside the Tono bloodline. The opening statement is in those lines. And that isn't just a simple metaphor. The ancestors of the Tono were a mixed breed of something non-human and human. We, being their descendants, also have this element of something non-human in our blood. In regards to our blood, there are those with strong and those with weak non-human blood. Those with weak non-human blood can live their lives as ordinary people, but those with strong non-human blood can never live a normal life. This lore is really funny to me that at some point, some member of the Tono family just fucked a demon, and that's just why they're like that. Those with strong Tono blood are born with special powers. It could be a body that is resistant to death. It could be an ability to move things without touching them, or it could be fangs used to take bodily fluids from other people. When this blood becomes too strong, the members of the Tono house start to gradually lose their sanity. And the majority of the members of the Tono house that lose their sanity become demons that feed on human flesh. So the head of the Tono household carries the responsibility of punishing those who have turned into such monsters. Ha! It's messed up. My old man, what was he trying to say? Writing so seriously about something that's more like a fairy tale. The journal turns more into the old man's rant. The date is roughly 9 years ago. The handwriting starts to get erratic. I am no longer able to suppress my raging blood. I was able to obtain an orphan from a family of synchronizers, so this should help me strengthen my mind. However, it really is only a matter of time before I go insane. It is terrifying. When I come to, I find that I can't even remember half of the day. During that time, I'm forcing my inversion impulse on that child. If this keeps up, it is only a matter of time before I completely lose my sanity and turn into a beast. I don't even know how much time I have left to remain as myself. No. If that child is here, then I can probably last for a few more years. But that child will not be able to bear that. Yeah, he's synchro summoning. After that child breaks, I will have to take my own life. Excuse me. But until then, I must protect my children. Akia's blood is weak. Unless she wishes it herself, she does not have to suffer the same fate. The real problem is Shiki. That child is incredibly close to me. More than anything, I do not want that child to suffer my fate. If the Tono blood is unnatural, I need to distance him as much as possible from the Tono name and see how he will fare. I finished reading in a state of horror and amazement. The contents of my old man's journal are so far away from reality that it's outright bizarre. My old man didn't just have manic depression, rather he just became violent without his knowing. It's like Tono Shiki right now. No, that's wrong. That old man isn't like me. I'm like him. Fearing that, he sent me from the mansion, but now I've returned and my sleeping blood has awoken. Nonsense, all of this. I try to laugh but find myself unable to laugh it off. The Tono blood is mixed with the blood of something non-human. Those of the Tono blood have special powers. I can't laugh it off. Supernatural power? I've been carrying that for 8 years. Being able to perceive the death of things my unnatural eyes. Ugh. I feel like vomiting. I can't stay standing up. Hurry. I must hurry back to my room and sleep. It feels like there's something wrong with my head. Of course, we know this isn't the Shiki Makihisa is talking about. He's talking about the actual Shiki, not the Shiki he adopted. So it's all just a funny misunderstanding. Dudes will start doing generation-long killing rituals instead of seeing a therapist. Absolutely true. Shiki-sama, have you returned already? I can hear a voice that sounds like Hisui. Shiki-sama, please excuse me. Hisui enters my room. Please forgive me. I did not realize that you had returned, so I was unable to greet you at the door. Don't worry about it. I came early on my own. Hisui, can you leave me alone? I just don't feel like talking to anyone. Shiki-sama, are you feeling sick? I don't know. I don't understand it myself. Hisui looks at me with worried eyes. Damn it, what am I doing? Hisui's worrying about me. There's no reason to take it out on her. Sorry, I just feel a bit bad. I want to sleep until dinner. Is there some medicine I can take? Headache medicine would be the best. Yes, I will go get some. Thank you for waiting. Please drink this. Thank you, as always, and sorry. I take the water and the powdered medicine that Hisui brought me. For some reason, there are 2 kinds of medicine. Huh? 2? What are they? Yes, I told my sister that you were not feeling well, and she gave me some medicine she had prescribed from your doctor. This one is to help you sleep. This contains benzodiazepine, which is known for being able to produce a relaxed sleep. Question mark? I trust Kohaku-san, but she doesn't have to tell Hisui all this in-depth knowledge. Wow, does Kohaku-san plan on becoming a licensed pharmacist? Saying that, I drink the medicine. I drink the water to gulp down my medicine. Apparently it works fast. I feel sleepy already. I'm going to sleep. Please wake me when it's dinner time. I understand. Well then, excuse me. Hisui leaves. My consciousness starts to fade. I'll sleep just a little bit. It's still bright outside. Because it's during the day, I shouldn't see any of those horrible dreams. That's where you're wrong. Or right. I don't know.
Please excuse me. Good night, Shiki-sama. With a bow, Hisui exits the room. I yawn heavily. I'm still just a little sleepy. Kawaku-san's medicine was pretty strong, so I spent most of dinner in a daze. It's only about 9 o'clock. I took a nap already, so it's a little early to be sleeping. At 10 o'clock, the lights in the mansion are turned off. Well then, what should I do? I say this calmly, but I really have no idea what I should do. Just what are the dreams that I keep seeing? Am I just like my father who does things unconsciously, and did I really kill anyone? No, there's something not right about this interpretation. If I left the mansion and walked the streets, Kawaku-san and Hisui would definitely notice something. I can't explain the fact that I wake up in my bed clean when there's so much blood splattered on me. There's only one way to know for sure. Yes, if I want to prove everything, I have to go to the nighttime city. I'll walk around the night-shrouded town and find the serial killer. Then I can prove that my dreams were just dreams. Sounds like a great idea. This will work perfectly. Then all the incidents must be the work of that killer. Alright. For safety's sake, I put my knife in my pocket and start my investigation. I go out into the night-shrouded town. There isn't exactly a way to search for the serial killer. The only thing I can do is wander the streets and look for anything suspicious, or I use myself as a decoy to bring out the killer. After what happened with Yumizuka, maybe I've become numb to danger. Since the serial killer is just a human, I can roam the streets without any nervousness. Yeah, this music, when you hear this music, that means only good things are about to occur. I wander around aimlessly. The time is about 11 at night. I don't see anything suspicious. The clock has by now gone past midnight. There's no use coming here. That's our, well, I mean, that's the background for it, but I don't know if it's meant to be the same, you know. They reuse backgrounds so much that I don't know. Damn it. I don't see anyone that looks like a killer. I'm starting to get really annoyed. Why can't I find anyone like that? That's not the person. That's not the person. That's not the person. That unable to stand it, I put my hand in my pocket, gripping my knife. That's not the person. 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 Huh? For a brief instant, I see the face of a man with bloodshot eyes. It's nothing. It is merely my reflection off of a show window. Oh, good sign. How stupid. Gripping my knife. Breathing out of control. Unconsciously acting like the killer in my dreams. No. No. I didn't want to do these kinds of things. Damn it. What am I doing? Seriously, what am I doing? If I didn't recognize my face like that, I would really take anyone, tell myself it is the killer and would have killed anyone. Tsk. I start to run. I can't stay here. I won't find out anything this way. There's something wrong with me. I breathe heavily. I reach my room as if running away and I collapse onto my bed. In the end, I didn't solve anything. I start to get sleepy. All I can do is try to sleep deeply so that I won't dream at all. Bad news, kid. Huh. Feel like I am being watched. With bloodshot eyes, I look at the people walk down the streets. Maybe it's because of the time? Compared to last night, there's hardly anyone around. Someone is watching me. I can't find what I'm looking for. Again, tonight, I can't find the person I'm looking for. I'm starting to get annoyed. I pant heavily. I should change my spot. I'm going to stop looking in town. I go from roof to roof and end up somewhere crowded. Looking from the roof to the highest house, I scan the streets. Don't look! There. I see a person walking alone. A woman. This time there can be no mistake. It'll be great if it's Akiha. Don't look at me. No, it really doesn't matter. Once more, I want to taste that wonderful sensation. I kill her from behind, taking care not to damage her body. Holding her long hair, I drag Akia's body. Biting into Akia's neck, I suck her blood. Boring. This is nowhere near as exciting as last night. If her hair is this short, it's not Akia at all. Boring.
I start to get pissed off. Even though I sliced the body into pieces, I'm still mad. Imposter. This imposter pisses me off. Stop watching me. I've used up extra energy. Soon dawn will arrive. Once it becomes morning, Shiki will awaken. All cap Shiki kinda sus. Among Us has really ruined our sense of language. You just can't say imposter without breaking into fits. I'm tired tonight. I'll start again tomorrow. Yeah, that'll do. That's what I'll do. Now then, before the morning comes, before any one of them realizes, I must go back to school. Seven, transparent scratch. We're kind of blazing through this. I'm thinking. I think what we'll do is finish Hisui's route next week. I think this is a good place to break for now. Let me save. But what happened to Killer 3? I don't know. You gotta understand Killer 2 through 6 to understand Killer 7. But this is a good place to stop for now. We'll find out what's going on with these weird... Well, we already kind of know what's going on with the weird dreams, but we'll find out more next week and delve deeper into Hisui's route. I'm much more invested in Hisui than Aki, that's for sure. She's a much more interesting character, I think, than Tsundere Brokan. She's definitely preferable, in my opinion. I think a lot of people feel the same way. I've not met really any Akia likers in my time interacting with the Type Moon fans I know. So, yeah, that'll do for tonight. There's no Akia heads. I'm sorry. In the meantime, if you liked what you watched, consider following. Check out the social posts below. Join the Discord. Keep up with all the updates, etc. And we're gonna raid Gigaboots. I think they're still playing Oni, classic Bungie game. Very good. Definitely not related to Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, I mean, if you like her from Melty Blood, that's fine. Aki's fine in Melty Blood because she's a fun character. But yeah, go and enjoy your night, minions. I will see you on Sunday. That's when we're doing the live build. Good night.